Hey, welcome everybody to session 77 of Forgotten Genesis. We are running fucking late. I do apologize. Had to play fucking brain games with the computer. But it is what it is. This is going to be the only session we're going to have for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be going on a vacation and going to the Wisconsins with my aunt and uncle, and maybe, who knows, eating some halfway healthier food for me for that week. And
You could run it on Friday if you wanted to next week, Joe. Where you
no,
left? Oh, okay. When are you leaving?
I'll be leaving on the 2nd, but the time leading up to that will involve a lot of busy work and packing and shit. So I will not be in a position to do that.
Okay. Well, then I might do a Daggerheart run, everybody. Then
You feel like you familiarized yourself with the system enough to give it a shot?
kinda. I'm still fuzzy on some of the rules, but we're getting there.
Okay.
The goal is to have
Cool.
it kind of like, if not, I'm gonna just work on doing maps and final stuff. So you're gonna be gone all next week, Joe?
The entirety of next week, from the Saturday of the 2nd to the Saturday of the 9th.
And then you're gonna be back?
I'll be back that Sunday, the 10th. Yeah.
Okay. So the 10th is the last day for the one shot and the start of the secondary game. Because Amber's gonna have a couple weeks off too.
Yeah, because my little brother's in town. He's staying with us, and I want to spend time with him.
So
yeah, there's a possibility there's going to be a whole lot of family drama happening, and I don't think I can handle doing D&D and a family drama, so I have to pick and choose.
If in 2 weeks it's not too bad.
Woo, some Demoli Frama.
And that week, okay. And well, we can include your brother as I can include your brother as one of the monsters for me. If he wants to. If he wants to offer it up to him as free time.
Think about it. Dusty needs my.
You want me to pull a card? You got a card? Got something?
Scroll down here. There we go. Calendar location. All right. Go ahead and pull a card for some roleplay questions. This headache is not letting up. You know, this headache might be from my teeth. After that dentist appointment, while all the teeth were fine, I didn't have any cavities. There's one tooth specifically that is just sore as shit. Like those nerves are fucked. I don't know.
Okay, so it might be the question I got is, if you lived close to the character, who in the party would you look up to as a child, that if y'all had grown up together as children? That's what I got.
Okay, so which character in the party would likely have been a childhood hero?
Or childhood best friend, that kind of thing. They gave me 2 options, hero or best friend.
So it's like, who would a Piper have looked up to with the group? If she was a child and they were
seen as a role model of some kind. Gotcha. Okay. All right. We'll start with Angel and then move to Violet and just kind of on and down the list, of course.
Did you brush your hair?
Megan.
Okay.
Is it including Violet? Are we starting with Violet or are we starting with Angel?
Starting with Angel.
And Violet.
Okay. As far as Angel goes, I think she probably would have looked up to Vanessa as far as being a dragon, considering it's big dragon. Yeah,
She
should
would
have been
have
best.
literally looked up to her.
Yeah, I know. On a little scale. Smoky.
That was funny. Okay, that was great. That was great.
Okay, so and as far as best friends, you probably would have been best friends with Piper. Because they would have bonded over Piff and being weird.
I mean, I lived in Piff's court, so like it'd be like you constantly coming over for a sleepover.
I know, it'd be great. It would always end up being apparently covered in water of some sort.
Yeah, water. That's what it is.
Ew!
Not gross like that.
Only for Alara. Only for Alara, man. Only for Alara.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that to children. That's disgusting.
Yeah, no. Sorry, that context wasn't there in my head when I made that joke.
The context did not catch up with the thought process.
Yep.
It was like, the penis came first. No, stop it.
What about Violate?
Believe it or not, Violet probably would have looked up to Angel as a child. Which is scary for her. I know. I'm gonna jump into dangerous things and almost get myself killed every day on a regular.
Violet, whoa. She's so cool.
Ooh. She's got a real pretty voice and she can sing really loud. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. It's literally like what a Violet would be thinking. And then she probably would have been friends like she is right now with Violet and with Angel and Piper. Because those are her group right now. And she's enjoying Vanestra, so she's like, I'm gonna include her as part of the group, as the friend group.
He is friend groupie.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
Aw. What?
I'm just saying, that's what it would have been.
Yeah?
If we're gonna talk Blue, Snips is her best friend. That's it. There's no other best friends.
You can't really talk about Blue too much. She's been actually played. I think it feels like a sum total of 2 sessions.
Leave Blue alone.
We are. That's the point I'm making.
Do you want her to punch holes in all of your fights?
You picked a martial character and then chose not to. No, I'm not going to go into.
I'm going to remind you how many rounds we had
How broken.
when Blue was in play.
I'm aware.
How broken Drunken Monk is. Actually, the reason why Megan was like, I'm not gonna play this one because
That's
it's
fair.
broken.
No, Blue makes all of her money in the fighting pits. She has a rough day. She's like, honey, I'm going fighting. I'll be back in 3 hours.
Honey, I punched the kids. All right, so.
No. Takes care of all of Angel's kids. No.
I was making a joke on the movie name. It
Oh my god, I forgot that she had a baby that was like Markiplier.
Yeah. Actually, more like Wilford from Mother
Wilford
Living.
War-
Hi, everybody. I'm an infant.
I'm going to remind you, Adam is only 4 or 5 days old.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and today I'm an infant.
He is into the sleep.
Anyway, Avery.
Wah,
Who
mama,
would Avery
wah.
look up to?
Uh.
Amber. Wah, mama, wah. Give me more bottle, wah.
Wow. God, old Markiplier videos. Hold on. Let's let Brick formulate.
Is there a penalty for just throwing a random name out? If I can't decide.
You
If
throw
you
a
would
random
look
name,
up-
you got to come up with a reason to justify it.
No, that's fair.
It would be a penalty if you just.
You can have more than one best friend.
Threw out a person.
You can have more than one hero.
And it has to be a player character. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Violet. Just because of her ability to have survived growing up in the Underdark and still
You mean the Abyss?
be optimistic about everything.
You mean the Abyss? Because that's where Violet
Abyss,
was.
right? Yeah. Dark place.
They're both dark places.
Yeah.
Which one is full of demons?
And one is full of worms. Lots of
And
worms.
mushrooms.
Both are.
Oh my god, Joe. We are worms.
Yeah.
Worthless worms.
Megan wrote 2 characters that both grew up in dark dank places full of monsters and insects. Yep.
We rolled for it. It was all the table's fault.
And rules are suggestions, not requirements. And you ran with the suggestion, of course.
Of course I ran with a suggestion. Why not?
Who would his childhood best friend be from the party? If we were all together as children.
If the campaign suddenly
Who it is-
smash cut to level 1 and y'all realized your
I mean-
entire adventure was a dream.
It would probably be Angel, given they actually did meet briefly as children.
Just
even
fucking
if they never
fearful, Claire.
introduced each other.
Oh, you haven't told Angel that yet. Angel does not know. Angel is not aware.
I thought I gave you the bug. I gave you a little bug carcass.
No, you didn't give me a bug carcass yet.
What? Oh, fuck.
Wonder
It
what that
hasn't happened
ammonia
yet.
smell is coming from my bag.
I wonder what this smell is.
So Piper's the hero would be Venestra, just because big lady could take out many people with big sword. She slice people in half, and childhood best friend would have been Angel. Because, yeah.
All I wanted to.
Yeah, it's a sword that
Hero.
smashes people because it's a hammer.
Oh, I thought it was a sword. Oh, okay. Never mind. Either way.
Giant woman.
Vinestra said she has both.
Okay,
Fair.
well, giant sword is cool. Bruce's would be Violet because Violet is big purple doggo. Oh my god, another big doggo like me. Haha. And then childhood best friend, Violet, because doggo best friend.
Although Nick also arguably has a big sword that smashes people because it's a hammer, but it's only one person and they're tiny.
Oh my god, bad. Awful.
Yes.
Objection.
Objection.
Is it a flesh sword?
I think he prefers the term meat whistle.
Ugh. That. Ugh.
I mean, she's got a good set of pipes.
Both y'all quit.
Who else to play an instrument but a bard?
Meat flute.
I will leave.
Do magic flute.
I will take my break early. I will take my D&D break early. Stop it.
Welcome back to Dungeons and Dick Jokes. On to the question for Vanessa, of course.
Violet and Violet.
Violet and Violet.
Hypothetically, what about Amira?
Two lovers. forbidden from one another. Or divide their people.
Maybe Piper because at least she studies.
Shots fired.
Oh. Piper, meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how to cure vampirism. I got inoculations and cure for vampirism, but vampirism, we're getting there.
Contact your physician if
No.
fangs extended for more than 4 hours.
God dang it! I only have 6 dice. Where's the D4? Two lovers forbidden from one another. War divide.
Is your problem?
They're about us to be together. And I forget the rest, but then it goes secret tunnel, through the mountain, secret tunnel. Yeah. Small bean. She looks so much like her papa.
We call her the banana, because she loves bananas. Wait, no, you may not.
No, so does her godmother. She just doesn't talk about it because she doesn't
Do
want
not
to get
use
eaten
that
by
name
the
as an
beetles.
excuse to give her minion toys purely because they simply say banana. You do not need to poison her brain that early.
Please, for the love of God, don't.
Exactly.
We have not shown the girls the minions for a reason.
Wonderful. Okay. Solid roleplay questions. Everybody gets their inspiration die. Now for the recaps.
I was half medicated. Hold on. I was only half medicated. She talked to her dad, talked to her kids. We found out a lot of shit about worms and bullshit, and we got to see what happened to Angel as a child this season, as we did see it last season, right about this time as well.
Give or take.
That's bad. It's neither here nor there. And currently, Angel is a child,
Yes.
and she's mad at Piff slightly.
Yes.
Be right back, I got potty.
Do what you gotta do. All
We're
right.
picking up in the afternoon, right?
Yes. Finally about to progress the day after 4 days of being on the same day.
Yeah. No, it's only 3 days. We're on 3 days of being on the same day. It's the 3rd day.
Either way, it's 2 more days than I like to do for the same day.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me.
You're not excused. How dare you?
That's a big book.
I gotta take the bio break also, but I'm listening.
Okay, in which case
Okay.
then we'll wait on the Brick and the Piper recap for a bit,
I can
but
get you a recap before I go.
yeah, certainly. Well, I mean, if BioBreak is BioBreak, then BioBreak and might as well do that if you need to.
Yeah, where was it? Is it in here? Yes.
Two lovers.
Forgotten Genesis. Markdown. We saw a machine that runs magic through heads. It was used by the Velix. It used to be used by humans when magic was first discovered.
Yeah.
Angel pulls a large stone mind flayer tadpole the size of a house cat. It pulls out. I'm not sure what she pulled it out of. I didn't write that.
It was out of my bag.
Oh. Avery's mentor said that it's oh, that's right. Yep. He said that's probably intended to create a new elder brain. And then I dove into Angel's memories and we unlocked some trauma that probably should have remained locked.
Fine. It's fine. Now I got hugs. And they don't smell like poop.
That's my recap. Am I good?
Yes, indeed. You got your inspiration.
Vinestra said, V talked with Piff briefly, and that was all they or Amira did.
Unfortunately, yes. I would have done more. My brain was not feeling good that day.
I just talked to my dad. That was
Even to
about
the
it.
point where I had made the working title Migranium. I don't know why.
So that's 2 inspiration die because we had the roleplay question 2.
Yes. And of course, naturally, you get your inspiration die for that one as well, Vinestra. All right. So picking up with, assuming, well, nope, objectively, picking up with the last session to contain the festival day of calling. And hopefully get into, no, definitely get into the day of erudition. Do apologize about the consistent delays with progressing this. Let's actually, for the moment, go ahead and pick up with Vinestra and Amira. What is an activity or something that you all are, that the pair of you, I suppose, are going to be looking to pursue today? Gather people up for anything in particular that you may be gunning to plan? Oh, son of a bitch! I was supposed to give you guys a list of fucking activities. It's been a weird fucking week. Between going to the
remind
fucking
you.
dentist and going to the fucking psych, the week has been packed up.
remind you.
A precise second, I remember what the fuck my quote unquote homework was.
I did remind you, by the way,
When?
on Wednesday.
Wednesday was when I had the psych appointment,
Uh-huh.
which means my brain blanked out pretty much everything but that.
Yep. You didn't listen to me,
Yeah,
remember?
fucking phone call, son of a
was
bitch.
listening. Nobody was listening to me this week. They need to stop calling during this time period. Twice. Hey, Amber, if you want to do your recap, or Vanessa do her recap.
My recap was I talked to my dad. Woogie 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 woogie.
Remember that? Boogie, woogie, woogie.
I was butt dialed not once but twice. Good to know. I guess once for each
Dad.
cheek.
Nice.
Are you gonna try it? Of course you are, you dork. Okay.
Okay. So, day of calling activities, things you can prep for in the generic sense. There's a few different sort of things that you can do. First of all, you can get into sort of an ingrained collective sort of gift giving or gift creating ceremony for parental figures. There is an enshrined variation on that where you give gifts to those parents that have since passed. Excuse me. There's also, in that sense, sort of a preparation or preparatory? That's not a word.
Isn't it?
Preparation-oriented activity that you can get into, where basically you are taking the day to almost ritualistically create artifacts that exist symbolically for yourself to basically prepare yourself for the event that you eventually achieve parentage. It's very much kind of that mindset, kind of gathering information from people where that might be useful, and that kind of thing. Some people who also just don't have parentage also basically treat all three of those possibilities as things to do, essentially by extension, for pets. Or even guardian-like beings.
What about, Joe? What about like a three-legged race or a guinea sack race or
That is more for the day of edification, which is for the kids.
Oh, okay. But there is like
remembrance, which is grandparents; calling, which is parents; erudition, which is tomorrow, which is self. And then edification, which is the next generation, the children, that sort of thing. It's basically rotating through those 4 phases of import and history. That said, you can do preparations for effectively those days upcoming, as well, even as far as tomorrow, the day of erudition, just for self, which that's insofar as preparations for yourself and kind of overall evaluating how has family or close friends, all of that, how has their intelligence or basically the knowledge that they've granted you, how has that influenced your life. It is also considered to be a day of advanced study, essentially. Basically repealing over current expressed knowledge, efforts to recontextualize it, and things like that. Day of edification, in terms of pursuit of knowledge, is sort of also, in effect, looking forward into the future, predictions, meteorology, divination, that kind of thing.
So which one's the kid day? Is edification kid day?
Edification is a kid day, and then outside of the family-oriented thing, it is also therein also slotted in with a really heavy emphasis on future knowledge, foresight, that kind of thing.
Isn't it a 4-day festival?
Hmm?
Isn't it a 4-day festival?
Yeah.
Then what's the 4th day? Because we're on the 2nd day, right?
You guys are currently on the 2nd day, day of calling. Tomorrow will be day of erudition, which is the day focused on self, on the current generation, on the present moment of time, wherein you're able to evaluate the knowledge of the present. It goes grandparents, parents, self, children, in terms of the family-oriented version of the reason the holiday is celebrated. But then, of course, it is still a divine holiday and therefore supplies divine benefits. I mean, case in point, your guys' intelligence and wisdom have been buffed these last couple of days. And tomorrow will come with a benefit, as well as the day of edification will come with a benefit as well.
Joe, I do have a question about Angel's dad. Is he still got the crow and the book?
The raven in the book, yeah.
Yeah, raven in the book. Are we ready to start yet, Joe?
We've been started, and I've just explained information after it was questioned and clarified.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting till we're let go. No waiting.
Which is why I also leaned into starting with Finestra and kind of, is there anything surrounding essentially the effects and the events of at least the current day and its benefits, especially with the wisdom buff, that might be broached, approached, used, anything to be thought of to gather up people for.
Are we ready?
Vinestra said, Amira and Vi would be focusing on the preparation for the future. They would potentially join in with the others, though such a holiday was nothing to celebrate. The two would be trying to study up on mind flayers and their weaknesses.
Ugh.
Okay.
You can find several books of Velix in Angel's library.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's Mind Flayers and then there's the Velix, which are a splinter group, and even faction-wise, they have their own sort of subset of information to work with as well.
The books that she has in the library in the restricted section, though, whisper. So, just letting you know. We have books in the restricted section!
Yeah. That said, if it's not all-encompassing on Velix knowledge, there is still stuff that is also still very much kept close to the vest in places like Githhoven, or even information that they don't have that is still, as of yet, locked away in various ruins. Not a Google search engine by any stretch, but still, there may be some stuff that's useful in there. Of course, I'd be concerned about actually having access to a library that's a Google search engine. I'd have to filter through how many books were just bullshit. Anyway.
I mean, I could technically still be connected to the Google. Say it.
Connected to the what?
The Google?
Her AI child.
Her name's I.
Ah. Well, in this timeline variation of this super post-apocalyptic variation on Earth, Google went defunct not 5 years after it was originally released to the public, and a legally distinct search engine took its place in the cultural zeitgeist.
Yay.
This is alternate Earth future, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm letting. Okay, so I have questions. Where do you want to start, Joe?
So,
Doing Finestra.
in terms of looking to study up mind flayers and their weaknesses, go ahead and give me, let's say, a history, nature, or arcana check, just kind of perusing the various libraries you have access to, just for, you know, basic information on that biology, just to give you, of course, refresh and context on that particular variety of foe. In terms of pursuing Velix information specifically, that'll be perusing, in particular, the library available within Mochizuki Keep, though even still, there may be a number of holes in that information present even there.
Vinestra said, 33 for survival for V.
For survival? Did I say survival? Did my brain slip up?
Nature.
Nature, okay. and tell him Gant's nature check. Absolutely.
Joe?
Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay. I think you froze for a minute.
Brain did a little bit, but otherwise no. Okay. As far as with that 33 perusing the existing libraries that you already have access to, especially with that 33, you get the nutshell of basically most basic and sort of expected information that you would expect to find on mind flayers, the sort of invasive, overtaking sort of parasitic species that they exist as, how they initially spawn from, of course, the tadpoles. Historically, even in other worlds, how they kind of would form incursions and things like that, even smaller snippets of information on the old Illithid Empire. As far as explicit weaknesses for the species, it could be considered both a strength and a weakness that they do operate for the most part on a hive mind, which means, of course, they are incredibly efficient and collectively driven on thought. However, if there is sometimes a wrinkle thrown into that collective, it can be one hell of a distraction for that collective. Which, of course, then you do get information on mind flayers that act autonomously and independent of hive minds, Eleutherids and things like that. As far as even just baseline information going through these libraries, and in particular starting to dive into the library in the Mochizuki estate for information on the Velix, which this is largely smaller stories and things that are gathered secondhand from recordings from Velix hunters, as well as... Why are you shaking your head? You don't have access to Google, but why are you shaking your head? Tell me what's going on. What am I missing?
You're missing my inventory. That's what you're missing.
Care to butt in?
I have 3 books on how the Velix operated during that time period.
Okay, that's in your personal
sure.
inventory, not your library, right?
Yeah. No, in the restricted section, one of the books is in the restricted section because it wasn't necessary. It's just a history of movements and marks and things to look for.
Angel and Piper like raiding Griffin's book stash every now and
Okay.
then.
It's from when we went. It's from when we went to the Illithid hive mind when we saved the dragon. They were inside of Chester. It's part of my inventory.
Okay. Well, in terms of historical contextual information that you get on the Velix, it is still limited. It's not a full, all-encompassing bit of information. You get information largely on their movements and the way they kind of operated, especially in Zaria, back when it was in Limbo, where they did very much kind of try and ingrain themselves in various different outposts and basically rule over and metropolize the entire planet to some degree. They weren't nomadic by any stretch. When the Sunrise Rebellion did begin to occur, which there were instances of them already kind of, yep.
Does the locator still work that I own that follows the Velix?
No.
How does it not still work? It's from the current Velix.
It seems when it's been made distance from their host, it becomes ineffective.
Interesting.
It's almost like it would be dangerous to let a tracker that operates off of the hive mind continue to work when it separates from the hive mind.
Well, it was on that little mini ship thing when they were located in between place when we got caught by a couple of them in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That was my grab.
Okay. Anyway, back on topic.
Sorry, I really
As
just
I
wanted
know,
to
I'm
know
trying to remember where I just left off with the description because the headache is not helping me maintain a train
Okay.
of thought very easily.
You were talking about the illithid transport ships, and there wasn't a lot of information otherwise. We were saying.
Right, so they weren't necessarily a nomadic species. They did mostly try to metropolize in different regions across the area, both in the surface and in the Underdark, because especially prior to the Sunrise Rebellion, there wasn't really a sun with which to kind of grant a light source to Zaria. The only explicit light source that was kind of effectively granted, for the most part, in that phase of the world was the Forge, which means, oddly enough, the Underdark was the most well-lit part of the world. Kind of ironic for its name, right? But with that in mind, and again, there's sort of heavy focus on metropolizing, in particular, that being the most well-lit part of the world at the time. Of course, most of the Mind Flayer settlements were heavily focused in the Underdark. There were still ones, of course, that did spread out along the surface at the time with, various artificial means of farming and what have you. But for the most part, they were a particularly stagnant species. They didn't really have much of a need to move around or conquer in a world that they essentially considered themselves native to, having long since conquered it. That was until the Sunrise Rebellion when that happened. And their possession of nautiloid vessels and sort of transport was actually, especially compared to the Illithid Empire, which was, for the large part, a conquering-oriented faction. In comparison to the Illithid Empire, their use of nautiloids was very small and very finite, and a very glaring weakness at the time. They did not have much in the way of travel resources that they consistently used in that regard. For the most part, otherwise, their transport was in corrupted, transformed, mutated, ceramorphosed other creatures and fauna. Basically, a lot of beast mounts in that sense. Yeah, most of their technology and advancements therein were definitely more so focused around their cities than anything else in that regard. Which, at least based on the theories that you managed to dig up with that 33 as well, a lot of their bigger cities were built around essentially hijacking a lot of old human ruins and then just kind of cannibalizing the technology that was left behind.
Vinestra said, V and Amira then are going to try and research a way to forcibly, even if temporarily, disconnect them from the hive mind.
Okay. So that gets into the collection of a lot of journal entries and things like that, leftovers from the Sunrise Rebellion. Most of this stuff is theories that explicitly are shit that Griffin wrote, especially in this collection. Given that he was a particularly active agent back then, a lot of, given that you're actually going through that collection specifically and looking for that variety of weakness, go ahead and give me a fresh, let's say, investigation check looking over those books to see if you can glean anything useful, because, I'm going to be honest, there was a chunk of time there where Griffin did kind of go mad. It was definitely a vengeful, murderous crazy, but it was still crazy.
Vinestra said, 36 by Amira.
Okay. 36. Peeling over a lot of Griffin's old collections. It wasn't really until kind of the tail end of the Sunrise Rebellion, where he's definitely regaining a lot of his sanity and focus, where he's a lot more methodical with attacking the outposts and trying to make active disconnections. Otherwise, there's a lot of violent ramblings in those notes, and a lot of just really taking explosive use of his magic in a very aggressive fashion to a lot of them. And that's, of course, after he escaped from essentially being, one of their indentured actors of torment for a time. Excuse me. So where it got kind of into more of his methodical theories, which, especially with later entries, at least it's a little easier to read when you're not trying to peel through crazy. And therefore, there's Dr. Scratch and then there's Time Wizard Scratch. And when a Time Wizard is trying to write something that looks legible, it's a bit of a mess. But getting into his theories about disconnecting the Elder Brain, there's things like anti-magic fields. There's things like theoretical ramblings about treating it like a normal brain and trying to lobotomize it, damaging it, trying to dominate it through psionic magics, dominating. After that chapter, it repeats, do not try this, over and over and over and over and over. And some of it is written in blood. But that may be an entry. There's counteracting basically it with its own magic, fighting fire with fire, damaging it enough that the connection is disrupted, separating a Mind Flayer remotely from an Elder Brain, though. And this gets into some conjoined theories with Illithrid. It is basically, it involves a lot of memory magic to some degree, or even just tangible objects of meaning, wherein basically the objective is to try and remind the Illithid, or the Mind Flayer, I should say, in question, of the mortal life that they had before they transformed, to enough of a degree that they compartmentalize and try to cling on to that more strongly, and then eventually, therefore, kind of force the separation on their own behest. That's one of the most prevailing and at least most effective theories for basically, essentially artificially creating an Illithrid, giving it therapy. Of course, with that en masse, then theoretically maybe a larger scale magical kind of memory frag on a group of them might at least do something. So basically your two choices there are cause the Mind Flayer to self-actualize or scramble their mind a little bit. And I'd say that's what you get from that research with those two particular roles. My background music glitched just a bit. I thought my computer glitched for a moment and I was freaked out.
Vinestra said, thanks, the two will begin to go and see if an anti-psionic field might be possible.
Sure thing. And that'll be getting more into, of course, magical theory craft at that point. But we'll go ahead and move on the sort of social rotation here. Right around to Angel and then Violet.
We're gonna do a hug. Avery's carrying his child around. We handed off the child for the day. Now I'll have matching bracelets now, and one for the little baby.
They're nice.
So,
I believe Avery was nearby for that group hug, if I'm recalling correctly, or did he?
I don't know if he
make
got
himself
pulled
scarce?
in. I think he made himself scarce.
Avery and Piper are up top, above the water slide that goes down to her parent.
Oh, right, I did describe a fucking water slide because it was a normal ass slide, and then Piff made it a water slide because Piff did Piff stuff. Go down.
Angel and Nick were waiting for gifts after the hug. And Angel's still like way smaller than she actually is.
Yeah, because you polymorphed yourself into a small child.
No, I did and then I didn't. And then my mother put me into polymorph.
That's right. As the sort of, well, as the group embrace eventually steadily subsides, and you were granted enough room and enough relief from the squeeze to eventually effectively breathe.
Oh my god, don't start itching right in the middle of this. Okay, so, Angel kind of looks at her parents and just, after she's done sobbing, because this is what was happening, she's full on just letting it go. She looks at her mother. I have so many questions.
So many questions.
She looks at her father. When were you going to tell me that I was literally going up against an illithid thing, considering you have more knowledge than half the people here?
Okay, you assume I know.
I do assume that, because you're basically worshiping another worldly entity. It just watches out from the outside like a little
Yeah, I didn't know that.
beautiful, brilliant raven thing.
I didn't know that. It's almost like a country secretly being run by illithids would not have been easy knowledge to find, even for your family.
She looks at her father. I need you to tell me how when you saved Mom, you didn't find out.
Trying to keep her together was more my focus at the time. If you recall, particularly toward the time of my death, I was remarkably unfocused, to the point where I allowed a guest into my home that then cut my throat.
We did hop timelines, and in this timeline, his head got cut off.
Nah.
Yeah.
Right. Invited a guest into my home whom severed my head from my shoulders. And in the last 60 seconds of consciousness, I was lucky enough that my head rolled in the direction of the closet you were hiding in.
It's not the one that I remember, though, Dad. I remember both of them, but I remember the other one more. I was sitting in your blood for a couple of hours.
Okay.
There's still a stain on the floor where the edge of my feet were.
That could and should have been cleaned by now.
It's the only blood in the entire house that hasn't been actually gotten rid of. Not quite sure why. I don't think they noticed. I don't think I understand why Lillian didn't notice. She should have noticed. She's real smart. Maybe she wanted to keep it as a reminder of something. I have no idea.
Kind of a fucked up reminder.
Huh.
A reminder of, be careful who you let into your goddamn house. It's not there. That's just a funny player anecdote.
Yeah.
So she looks over to parents. Today is about honoring you. She gives them 2 new wedding bands. I know that you haven't thought about doing this. But the flashing in here is the same thing as one of the ley lines nearby. And it should glow blue with Mom's hands.
Oh,
So you should be able to find each other if you get lost.
very nice.
And I hand it over to Mom. Also because you haven't gotten one for Mom yet, and I'm really upset that you haven't put a diamond on that ring, a ring on that finger yet. And she hands him a diamond ring from her pocket.
Shots
Find a
fired.
moment.
Shots fired.
Diamond engagement rings are more a human tradition than anything else.
I don't care. It's a pretty piece of jewelry that she gets to wear on her finger for the rest of her life. Act like she's worth a diamond.
She's worth a lot more than a diamond.
That's what.
She's worth a lot more than a diamond that I could simply place upon her finger.
I'm letting you know, Angel face palms. This is so dumb. Boys are so dumb.
I think the romance novels that you ended up getting from Griffin's collection poisoned your mind a little bit.
I'm letting you know, she gives her father a glare. You are the most unromantic human being that I've ever, or person that I've ever met in my entire life.
Had to correct herself. Wait, person, not
Sorry.
human.
In what world does a daughter seek romantic advice from their father? Let's be real.
And one where Mom's dead from her mental instability.
She's not dead, and you didn't exactly have time to ask me for romantic advice by the time I died.
I'm just surprised that I'm having to give you romantic advice when I'm this short.
I think we've been plenty romantically active behind closed doors. I would give you details, but it's a little messed up to give to my daughter.
Ooh, so romantic.
Ugh. Yuck.
You have 3 extra
I want to-
siblings. Did you think that came out of a lack of romance?
I want to remind you that I can feel when you do things. We are
Okay, you need to find a way to
bloodline
not.
related.
That's gross.
I know. It's very gross. How do you think the first thing I learned how to do was? To black all the other people out. Do you know how much energy and time and mental capacity it takes to not hear Avery and his girlfriend like 15 rooms down?
Is it not just like putting in a set of earplugs?
No, it's not how it works.
That's
There's
unfortunate.
magic give off for every single time they do something. And that's everybody, not just me. It's the first time I've ever understood what a more perfect union meant.
Oh, Piper's up top the slide. Does she hear that bit about her being able to hear everybody whether she wants to or not?
Yeah.
The slide didn't
Oh.
exactly provide soundproofing and therefore the means of a private conversation. If anything, it's acting
yeah.
a little bit like an acoustic megaphone.
Okay, it's gonna be funny when y'all get back up top. Good. All I'm saying. Continue, sorry.
She looks over at her mom. How romantic is Dad?
He has his moments and I cherish them when they happen.
Nicodemus, how romantic are you?
I do my best.
I know you don't want to see
That
me
sounds
the
like
bad.
a Piccolo answer. Sounds like a Piccolo answer, not a Nicodemus answer.
It's a guy answer. Let's be real.
I'm letting you know she walks over to Lilin and Urkbach because they're on one side of the room, and she gives Urkbach her gift because she's the other mom.
Well, thank you. What have you got me?
I got you a set of matching tiaras because you're a princess.
Oh,
you
very
deserve a
nice.
tiara.
I was hoping for a pair of agony.
It's not the same type of agony. It's much prettier than agony.
The secondary one made of rubber that I'd been considering. Far less damaging by its design.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Or
Sure,
that small
children-
impish friend of yours that designs the toys.
She looks around to see.
Oh my god.
She looks around to see if all of her children are literally busy making gifts. Right? They're gone from this.
Urkbach is
hallway,
naturally
right?
being very hush-hush in light of the fact that there may be children nearby when mentioning this. She
She's
also
up the
knows
stairs.
just what kind of experiences she put you through while she was training.
Upstairs. Up the stairs.
Understood.
In the library. Up the stairs.
Understood.
Seems so uninterested by the gift I gave you.
This is a very, very nice gift.
It took me months planning out every single piece of jewelry.
And it's two
my
of
dad
them,
has
which
no
means
clue.
I'll wear one. And my delightful companion will also wear one as well.
You mean my other adoptive sister / half mom?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I know.
Are they not married yet?
Yeah, they are married. They've been
Oh, okay.
soulbound for a while.
Okay, I was gonna say, why are you not calling her wife?
No, she got soulbound during the season last year.
Companion was just a choice descriptor.
The fuck? I'm gonna go help your kids make something for you. My two other siblings, and I would like you to tell my father that a couple of times of romance are not all a woman needs. I want someone to please be the adult in the situation.
Depends on
and
the
not
woman, to be
me.
fair. There are
If I-
some women that can do a lot with a little.
And she looks up at her. I should know that more than anyone, and I don't ever want to hear you say it again.
I'm not talking about your physique, lass.
I know. So stay jealous. And she walks over to, she's like, prods away.
Going up.
Meanwhile, Lillian just stands there like, so I thought you were going to talk to me. All right.
She looks over at Lillian. Please explain to my father what an actual romantic date is.
I'll explain to him what my standard of a romantic date is.
Can you explain to him what a female standard of it is? Because I just...
Angel, I love you. Your standard is not the baseline. But I will explain.
I'm letting you know. Avery is more romantic than half of the boys in here right now, and that's very disappointing.
Well, Avery isn't a boy. Avery's a changeling.
Doesn't matter.
You hear in your head, Avery just gets horny.
But Avery knows how to flirt as she passes it back to his mental state.
Yes, because flirting gets sex, and sex makes horny go away.
That's right. That's right. Why do you understand? Nobody else gets it. This is her whole thought
Piccolo
process.
does, but Piccolo is not here right now. He's upstairs.
Meanwhile, Aiko just mentions in your ear, you know, depending on the kind of horny, the sex could just make the horny worse.
Oh god, that's the worst. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Don't make me shut you up.
And she's like, and then the Angel's like, and then there's like literally a moment where she's like trying to center
Don't
herself.
make you.
Oh, no. There are children present. There are children present. There are children present. There are children present.
Is she up the stairs now at the top?
Yes, Angel's like running upstairs because she's so mad at her dad right now. He's like, I literally gave him a ring so she'd actually have a wedding band because she never had one. Ah!
I'm going.
Vinestra said, advertisements with gag prices appears in the group chat.
Piper's just like, I am sorry about anything you have ever heard in the nighttime. I think you don't understand what I'm speaking about. I'm going to go.
I'm letting you know.
Try to cure for vampirism now.
It's okay, sweet flower. As she walks away, that means that she knew exactly what has been going on behind closed doors.
Oh, yeah. She goes up the stairs, back to the lab.
Oh, heal my small brain.
Angel
Well,
hears Avery. Hey, could you share some of those goods next time you get them?
Oh yeah. I'll definitely share. I can't not share. You share well, I share a lot of things. I just don't share my man.
I don't want.
Y'all are all. I mean, you got Aiko, and she can do everything Nick can do.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck.
When you pair two changelings together, you get a rather unique situation where someone is both the bottom and the top at the same time.
Interesting.
I'm letting you know, Angel just like puts her hand on her forehead.
There's always a bit of yin in the yang.
She walks over to she's gonna go find some sanity at this point, considering
Vinestra would be great sanity.
I don't know if Vinestra would necessarily be great sanity at this point. She does not want to talk about illithid monsters right now, considering what as small as she is.
Right.
He's gonna go and find, I think, at least Griffin or Essacrin or something. I'm just not gonna annoy her.
There's Bruce roaming somewhere. As an option. You don't have to.
I know that I would probably find Bruce and Griffin somewhere around each other, so I'm just gonna make this a two-person thing. Does that work for you, Joe?
Sure.
Griffin, I understand that in this realm, in this time period, that they don't give each other gifts of vast wealth to basically show each other how much they care. But I just made rings that would help them find each other if they ever lost each other. And he acted like it was...
Like as if it wasn't the most thoughtful gift you could ever give somebody.
Griffin turns around halfway through chewing on a sausage roll. Right, so I was... Look, I'm what the fuck? He sets it down. What?
Let Bruce finish. I literally made my parent... Yeah, go ahead. Bruce.
So, she gave him rings that if they ever lose each other, they can find each other again. And her dad essentially acted like that was not the best thing you could do. Give somebody, especially one who had previously lost their spouse.
Did you explain the magical benefit, or did you just explain that they were rings with shiny rocks?
We definitely explained. We explained the magical benefit first. We didn't explain what they were until we opened the box.
Need scissors. Shit.
That's why she's so pissed off. She's like,
Did you just say,
so-
just in case you guys lose each other again? Because that could be vaguely said as a symbolic thing and might have been easily misunderstood.
I said that there was a flashing of a magic ley line so they could find each other again if they ever got lost again in the ring.
Okay, for some reason the DM did not pick up that information when it was said.
I didn't hear it either, but
I did.
yeah, we all tend to miss stuff.
Amber picked it up.
Good job,
I'm
Amber.
also, like, I realized if I do something like sewing, I can pay attention a lot better.
Yeah. She looks over it. She looks over it, Griffin. And my dad is the worst romantic ever.
I mean, he
Sounds
at least
like it.
succeeded enough for you to be a thing.
It's one
Sex doesn't
time.
always entail romance.
Although I suppose it would be one hell of a bit of cosmic irony if one of the most unromantic people in existence eventually fathered the reincarnation of a love god.
Maybe it was just irony because now he has to be schooled by the basically the person who's basically going to get on his case if he doesn't follow through.
Maybe.
This fit a phone? Probably not.
Is this
Oh,
when the
yeah.
polymorph wears off? Please let the polymorph wear off, considering I'm thinking about adult things.
Yeah, along with the Mario sound effect of getting the mushroom and growing taller.
Oh, thank God.
Rip, rip,
My
rip.
voice isn't much lower. But for the love of the sweet Jesus that I worship, why?
You can't always stop someone from being thick in the head.
This is the second gift he's done this with. The next one he does it with is going to basically be, I'm not talking to you for the next couple of months.
I don't think it was intended to offend, Angel.
I know. But boys are stupid and they need to suffer if they're going to be stupid.
I mean, I'm kind of not exactly the brightest. Is that the brightest bulb in the lamp? She looks at Griffin like, that's the phrase, right?
That's one of them, sure.
It's a private bulb in the box. You get a box of bulbs.
Oh, okay.
Sharpest knife in the set. You know, there's various analogies that could be applied.
Even I can understand what you did was really, really nice for your parents. So if he doesn't show as much appreciation for it, I will.
Well,
I
that's the
appreciate
difference between wisdom and
everything.
charisma and intellect. Sometimes the smartest of persons can have a complete lack of common sense and social context.
She
I
just
suck at all
literally...
three.
Not really. I mean, the last thing that you asked me for was this gem. She pulls out the rainbow opal. This one, right?
Yes. Because it matches
It took me
closely to Moonstone without being as delicate as Moonstone.
It took me forever to find it. It was at the bottom of Chester. But it's big enough for two large, like, what do you call those? Pictures that you can make for each other.
Pockets.
Made out of stone. Yeah.
How the fuck did you lose the word for locket?
I'm tired and my dad is a dummy. And I can also hear people being friendly and family, and love doesn't just entitle one thing. I'm getting a boost of energy and a drain at the same time.
That's confusing.
I know, right?
I'm gonna go do something with this, and he takes the opal and lumbers
what I
off
thought.
to go get the
That's what I
bait for
thought.
it.
He knows where they live.
Anything I can help you with?
I know that you're collecting a lot of your friends. But they abducted my mom from the other side of the Underdark, so we should probably start there.
Oh,
Oop.
Uh-oh.
I'll be back.
maybe.
I'm just saying, for the next time when we actually are able to do something, we should probably start there.
It's not so much actively able as much as actively choose. Right now, you're granted that luxury. Which is a good thing.
But I have friends on the west side. The Dark Elves will help you.
Oh, there she is. You okay, Vanestra? Did it just die on you?
If I send an envoy, the Dark Elves will help you with the Illithid problem.
Hopefully they can help me with the Velux problem. Yeah.
Well, He hands him the giant worm. This is what they look like going inside the walls.
You already
I just don't
handed me
wanna
one to
carry it around.
research, so
Well, you can have this other one because I don't want to keep it in my bag. I have 5 of them and I don't want them in my bag.
then hand me the rest.
I get to keep one.
Any other creepy
just
shit in
don't
your
want the
bag
wood
that you just
for
don't want to have with you right now? That having it on your person is stressing you out? Because I will happily handle that shit.
Do you want... She pulls out a glove that's literally dripping that ichor. He had 2 gloves. He didn't just have one.
Okay. I'll
It
take that, I'll
smells
figure it
funny.
out. Don't keep it in your bag.
I wasn't trying.
How long has it been in your bag?
How long has it been in the thing that's been in my bag? And this, she pulls out a barrel with it inside of it.
Yeah.
As it's kind of half leaking at the bottom. It's like it's almost got a leak spot at the bottom. 3 months.
And how are you not trying to keep
No,
it
wait,
in there?
3 years and 3 months.
So, 3 years and 3 months. How are you not trying to keep it in there?
It means it leaks poisonous ichor.
And you want that to just freely leak into your bag?
No, I don't want it to leak freely into my bag. There's just a spot where it's about to come through. I've cleaned it up
There's a
multiple
bag
times.
man in
so
there
it
that's
won't do it.
very pissed about his home getting all polluted.
Who's a bag man?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's a joke.
I love how whenever Griffin says stuff, oh, we're out of both Angel and Piper, just like, okay, we believe you.
I'm letting you know Violet's not coming out till the evening time, considering she's working with all the vampires right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go see what kind of gifts my kids are gonna give me, because they're supposed to have them done by dinner time.
Understood. And with
I'm
that,
probably
remember,
not supposed to eat though.
probably not. And I've been through this all day longer than you've been alive.
And she's gonna go run and jump at Nicodemus. I am no longer too short for you.
You're right. You're just short enough to fit me. Now hop on my back.
And we're not going in the bag.
I said hop on my back.
Okay, back, sure, yeah. No bag. He holds on to his shoulders, just enjoying being held.
And he slips the bag up around your feet and then up to your neck.
No!
It's easier this way.
I will not be imprisoned by your bag!
And the drawstring comes on. Haha. Just relax. I know you're tired. If you fall asleep back there, that's okay.
Can you not feel the rush of energy, the good and then the bad and then the good and then the bad? It's like this weird feeling of magic going whoosh and then taking it all away.
I think you are allowing yourself to be a little too sensitive to it.
It's the only way that I can make it to where I can't hear people doing things.
Then find a more positive thing to focus on. You know why I don't get it?
Because you're closer to whatever it is than I am.
No. And he reaches back and he boops you on the nose. Because I focus on you.
Oh.
Give it a shot.
I haven't had time to do that. You can see it's like the realization that she hasn't had.
You haven't had time to focus on me? My goodness, I feel offended.
Well, when your body is taken over by like 70 other people, I mean, yeah.
I mean, fair.
Come
When your
on, give it a
boobs
shot.
become the property of everything small.
I mean, I'm not going to apologize for that.
I hope that you never do.
You know, go on, give it a shot.
Because I love them all. Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna relax.
As you
They say
relax,
that it's finally up. Yeah, let's go
and
to the
you
after.
magically focus your perception on Nicodemus. Suddenly, the ebb and flow of everybody's, let's say, active activities, and the constant fluctuation of magic that is buzzing in and clashing into your senses like a wild storm crashing against an ocean cliff, completely disappears. Focusing on Nick, what instead flows through your mind is just a constant, calming, soothing song. Almost like that earworm that you can't seem to forget and don't mind. You can't. Dare I say it almost reinvigorates your urge to sing. And now we move along.
What are Avery doing?
What is Avery doing?
That
I
was
thought he was on.
Grammatically incorrect.
I thought there was spicy things going on. That sounded like spicy things happening.
Oh no, I thought I was on top of the water slide with Piper.
He wasn't
No,
at the
Piper
time.
left
And then Piper decided to take her leave.
because she was very, very horrified at the fact that her best friend slash sister heard everything that goes bump in the night in her room, whether she told to or not. So she's very embarrassed right now, and when she's embarrassed, she throws herself into her work.
Yeah, just like Angel does. We have very similar habits in that way.
Piper accidentally sits on a whoopee cushion. 1 week later, I have finally completed this vaccine.
I mean, she is
Literally.
working on cure for vampirism of all forms of vampirism.
I mean, it's mid-afternoon. What are you gonna do this mid-afternoon, Avery? Are you going to... You have your new kid, what you gonna do?
I don't know. He's not old enough to tell me what he wants to do, so
Yeah,
we might get
and
ice
the child
cream or
is
something.
absolutely too small to celebrate the parent and make you gifts. Angel
Yeah.
already managed to do that, at least for you.
I think we will probably just go get ice cream or something. Kids of all ages love ice cream.
Yes, and they can eat it at that age, yes.
Certainly.
That's something they can eat.
This is a magical world. I imagine he was born able to eat ice cream.
I don't know about that. I think that the rules of raising a child still apply, I hope.
Careful, or we're going to smash cut to the Candyland D&D setting where there's chocolate dragonborn and ice cream changelings.
Don't start! I already have them in my game.
Yeah.
It's kind of Rose's fault.
And, well, it's also my aunt's place, and, my aunt is dead, so. Anyway. They're getting ISO clean.
Oh, yeah. Easy enough to retrieve
Yeah.
that, kind of approaching near the kitchen. There's a bunch of halflings that are in the midst of doing various celebratory dishes. Ice cream seems to be a pretty prevalent food item that you can pretty easily get your hands on.
What about mac and cheese?
In isolated bedrooms, there's enough of that noise going on that people are uncomfortable with creating the dish.
I mean, fair.
But yeah, easy enough to retrieve ice cream for your kid, and of course, just generally relax into the facsimile of the holiday. Excuse me. of hard to get into uber festive set piecing and design work when it's isolated to a household. But let's see here.
It's a whole manor, Joe. There's not just one. There would be festive like lanterns and things
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
like streamers and shit. But
Asshole.
It's a castle.
I know.
You have a full set of grounds.
I know.
Courtyards, gardens. Where the
Court-
fuck did
yeah.
my marker go?
You have retrieved ice cream
Yeah,
for your
garden.
child. What else would you like to do with that, Avery?
I don't know what else is around this place where at the ice cream around the ice cream place.
Well, it's generally the
We're just
kitchen. There's a
having
bunch
it-
of halflings just generally kind of
Oh, we
really
didn't go to
attacking
an
and
ice
cleaning.
cream shop. We gotta go to an ice cream shop.
There's not really an ice cream shop in the castle,
There's not
unfortunately.
one. There's not one. There's not one in the manor of the city. We've already been out there. They don't have one in the city.
I mean, you guys are
That's
in a place that is frozen by default. I don't think a common treat would be ice cream in a place like.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. We'll go get some kind of hot treat instead.
Yeah, definitely more warm and hearty meals. So with that in mind, are you choosing to venture out into Arcala, into the town of Arcala
Yes.
for festivities? Okay.
Less busy out there, anyways.
No, relatively. It is still a holiday nonetheless, and as small as the population of the town is, they do still get into their own sort of festivities. Kind of wandering out toward the town and sort of the frozen streets and everything, where there's still all of that sort of scattered shiplap building. You can see that there have been lantern lines that have been laid out, various sort of lanterns dangling across and around each of their sort of respective housings. With lanterns alight and sort of filtered in through this tinted glass to give what otherwise is generally an orange and amber flame a rather more muted sort of silver tone that seems to glow out onto the street. Excuse me. With today in particular being a celebration of parents, you can see even at this sort of mid-afternoon kind of curling into late hour, because it turns dark quickly in a place like this. You can see there's a lot more children out in the street being productive, really, than you'd expect. It's almost weirdly, in its own way, almost like walking through the streets of Oz in essence, seeing a bunch of sort of munchkins trying to play the part of hyperactive and productive adults, in a sense. But it's a bunch of kids essentially engaging in this sort of very carefully regulated by a lot of the guards and practiced officials, very carefully regulated sort of micro-commerce in a way, trying to buy and exchange gifts and things that they're then, in a lot of cases, very carefully and very appreciatively handing off to their parents. These are small things, like things they've crafted, small bits of wood, metal, or even things that they've bought that have already been made by shopkeepers who are selling these things at microscopic fractions of their normal price, where something would be usually like upwards of 5 silver or a couple of gold. It's like, here, you can have it for 2 copper. Things that fit within a child's allowance, especially at their age. And of course, there are older residents that are catering to their older parents as well, adult residents that are, it's probably the most community driven you've seen a street in a township in a long time. Which, you've encountered this holiday before, but I mean, given the types of things that you like to adventure out and see, sticking to large metropolises, where this thing could be showcased in mass, was a little less frequent. But you've seen gatherings like this, and you've seen this sort of lantern build. Excuse me, where this sort of soft silver lighting kind of bathes over everything in the process. In particular, go ahead.
Oh, if you had more description, go ahead. I just didn't realize you weren't done.
Gotcha. In particular, among the sort of many shops that are being particularly active right now, it's a lot of like sort of smaller craft shops and things where it's, furniture, it's toys, it's practical materials that are being laid out and built, and in a lot of cases, the shopkeepers are selling blueprints and then material packages with which to be able to build these things yourself, throw your own stamp on it to basically make something that is absolutely pre-designed and in their own respect factory made, seem like it was homemade for the sake of ease, even in a place like this.
So, cool. So we've got Fantasy IKEA over here.
Effectively, yeah.
Where'd Megan go?
Phone might have done phone stuff.
Maybe. Well, I look at Aiko, I'm like, you know, since Haven's not old enough to buy us or get us anything, maybe we should get each other something.
Yeah. We could get a proper bassinet for Haven. We could, well, get each other some new clothes, some proper winter wear out here. Get enough
Yeah.
material to make something. I mean, I know you have that enchanted wardrobe to make that easier, but at the same time, there are things that I would love to put you in.
Not in front of the kids.
That's why I'm saying it softly, of course. Just saying.
So I guess we go into a clothes shop, and I imagine we'd shop around and find stuff, but we wouldn't immediately show each other. We'd keep them in bags till later.
Oh, absolutely. Which, doing some basic shopping, how, let's just say broadly, since you do go into a clothes shop, how many outfits do you see yourself kind of acquiring? Either in raw materials or just for showcase later?
I imagine just like 2 outfits.
Yeah, especially given the more approachable prices driven by today, costs you like maybe two copper.
Yeah. I don't imagine that they have any real reason to carry around that many outfits. I mean, one outfit's like what, 4 or 5 pieces of clothing all on its own. So
Oh, absolutely. And so given the sort of reduced price here, it's I mean, far cheaper by a long shot than you expect.
I'd get her probably some white fur coat, maybe some with some pink lacing on it.
Oh, sure.
Some warm fuzzy pants. I'm not sure what the inner top would be. I'm not great at fashion, sorry.
It's all good. I get the idea of what you're likely going for.
Cool.
All right.
Hello.
So with celebratory outfits and material acquired, even Aiko actually getting the raw materials and essentially the blueprint for a proper bassinet for Haven, as well as an extra one for the extra bundle that will be on its way. And the blueprint in mind, she's hoping that you and your new sort of artificer skill set can eventually kind of take some time to go ahead and put that together.
I'll put it together with some kind of enchantment, probably.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, after that, we've gone and got some like hot chocolate or something, and some kind of warm treat, maybe some warm churros or whatever they've got around.
Yeah. And secondarily as
Clothes
well.
shopping. I think that's a nice outing.
Yeah, and there's other sort of stalls and things, especially for given that it is a festival to Volk and to memory and everything like that as well. There's things like not really photo albums, but sort of artistic equivalents of basically being able to get image collections and things gathered up. There's means of like smaller, mundane means of collecting memory and collecting images, and paintings, and what have you, just kind of scattered about. Offers for family portraits and things, and in particular, those stations they say are going to be open for just for the full festival and all that sort of deal.
Imagine we'd probably go back to the manor.
Absolutely. All right. So, shifting things back over. We now have, excuse me, kind of a rotation back to effectively Piper, effectively Angel, just basically the group at large. Is there anything you guys kind of would like to come together to do for each other, even for those like maybe don't have direct or present parentage to cling to, things to celebrate in that fashion or that means?
Piper's got to process her emotions via research into a cure for, right now, viral vampirism.
Absolutely.
Bruce went to go get some stuff made with the opal that Angel gave her. Him. Bleh.
I'm sorry. Did you say I'm what? Get some stuff.
Him?
Okay, him. For some reason, I thought you said ham, and I was a little. What? Huh? All right. What kind of things do you think Bruce might be sort of looking into getting created out of that opal?
He is going to get two things made. One is a locket for Teresa, and this is gonna be funny. A dog tag for him that says Teresa's good boy.
Is he going to try to hand make that himself or commission that off?
Oh, he's commissioning that off. He has too big hands. His hands and claws are too big.
Okay. Given what is written on one of those, is he commissioning one of those to Amira?
No.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough. Although, to be fair, she may... The partner that you are making those things for may very well take it a certain way.
Oh yeah, no, the tag is for Bruce.
Yeah.
And he's gonna wear. Locket's for her. So.
That's totally fair. All right, getting that sent off to be commissioned today in particular, since this is not necessarily strictly in the name of doing something for a parent, you are provided the normal prices, at least within the city and honestly within the castle, as the holiday does kind of have traditionally that sort of price reduction in mind. But given that you're a family friend within the castle getting this work done, it's still a price reduction. It doesn't cost you that much, you know, to get that properly carved in and everything, like maybe 5 silver between the two pieces.
Bruce and Teresa had kids.
That's right.
Both adopted and regular.
Yeah.
That's right.
Adopted
And what age are they right now? Because Brain's doing a hoe.
They're 2.
The
Right?
youngest ones are 2. Let me see about the 4. Oh, that got put in Piper's. Whoops. No age for the adopted kids, just that there are 4 of them.
Gotcha. Roll me 4d10s, if you would. Since there's been a 2-year gap since they were initially adopted, I believe, the minimum will be 2. So actually, you know, roll me actually 4d8s, and that'll just be the 2 plus whatever, up to a maximum of 10.
Okay. Hold on. I have no idea what happened to my dice tower, and I'm a little sad. Okay. First one's 4.
Okay, so 6.
Second one's 6.
So 8.
Third one is 7.
So 9.
Last one's 8.
10.
And I'm gonna put that in for each of the kids in order of how they appear in my notes.
6, 8, 9, and 10. Not bad. In which case, they are actually all of an age where they do supply Bruce some things. In particular, given that Bruce is absolutely kind of trying to frame himself as a paladin, while these kids, even up to the age of 10, are not the greatest craftsmen, they do each kind of supply with sort of varying degrees of having needed help in particular. What look to be essentially small sort of metal stamps and signets that, given very little additional crafting, Bruce could effectively weld to his shield.
No. Cute.
Yeah, the one provided by the 6-year-old, you know, not the most eloquently crafted, probably the least eloquently crafted of the group. It is a very much metal version of a 6-year-old's drawing style of a dog's head in his best mimicry of Bruce's visage. But the ears and the face are all out of proportion. The nose is way too big. Yeah, it's absolutely... It is a reflection of someone who is absolutely going to be working toward being a young artist.
Aw.
The second one, which second one actually a lot more simplistic, although a more metal stamped rendition of what looks to be a daisy flower. Third one, this kid got a little bit creative at the age of 9 and tried his best to, what's the word I'm looking for?
What craft are you looking for?
It's the word for when you chemically treat and heat a metal to a specific temperature where there's suddenly it gets distorted and has basically a bunch of colors across it. It's
Iodize.
Yes. Kid managed to somewhat successfully iodize the piece of metal, and then otherwise, while it's been otherwise just textured with a bit of rough hammering, it for the most part looks like an albeit rough but recognizable rendition of an opal, made entirely of metal.
Nice.
And then the last one, while it is weldable to your shield made by the 10-year-old, through and through, the kid actually tried to rework it, and this kid may have a future as a blacksmith, given that you are noticing some acid etching on this metal piece. And patterning that makes it look very much like patterned steel, or as the previous Earth would have labeled it, Damascus steel in its patterning. A ladder pattern that is, while not completely perfect, it is very much still a like 90% there faithful recreation of Bruce's own sort of religious signet that he already wears around his neck, and it is already bent and framed in a way where it could be easily welded to your shield. Through each of them, though, definitely there are kind of stages of burgeoning or building desires to be artists and
Artisan.
craftsmen in various ways, shapes, and forms.
Yeah. By the way, Bruce is not a paladin. He's a cleric, warlock, barbarian.
They utterly mistook that, given the mixture of classes.
They're like, he has religion. Okay, we stick to that. Seems like kid logic. It's fine.
Yeah. It's their closest approximation, and their closest approximation is largely old storybooks with the knights in shining armor, except this knight has a dog head, which very much sounds like what you'd see in a children's book. The knight in shining armor is looks like a beagle, and it's gonna go fight the crayon dragon.
That's funny right there. Yeah, he is definitely appreciative of those.
And through these sort of various bits of smaller recognition that wind throughout the day, we'll be transitioning to Violet here in just a moment. But first, we're going to do a brief transition to Angel. As you've kind of settled in and you've just been essentially piggybacking on Nick throughout the day while your kids have been giving you various small gifts and trinkets, and finally, not only has your mind relaxed in trying to focus on him to a certain degree, but especially being in the bag, as much as you actively hate being in it, it seems like Nick has put some effort with some cushioning in the bag, and you feel like your muscles have settled in, and a lot of tension that has been in your body for a number of days is very steadily releasing. It's almost in a moment on his back where you almost feel like you're nodding off, that you feel a small nudge on your leg, looking down to see your father, Akihito.
What do you want?
I had to ask some questions of your mother. I had to ask a few people to really understand what you meant with that ring. I apologize if I came off dismissive with the gesture.
Just because I'm 2 foot tall and I'm back at my younger size does not mean you get to dismiss me.
I am short as well. I'm not dismissing you by your height. You're my daughter.
Yes, but you still saw me as the 4-year-old that got traumatized.
No. Just haven't had as much time as I would like to see the woman she became. And I do appreciate your gift, sweetheart. Nick, can you let her out of the bag, please? Yeah, I can. You want out of the bag, love, or do you want to?
Yeah. The kids are going to want to give us gifts soon, so...
I mean, they've already given us a lot of them already, but he lowers the bag down.
We haven't even seen it with a rope.
He lowers the bag down, pulls the drawstring, and lets you free. Today is about gifts to parents. And I am not within my right to be selfish, but I think I want to do something to make this a gift for you as well. And to try and force myself to look forward. So he puts his hand on your shoulder, and in an uncharacteristic rush of magic from him, you find yourself away from Nicodemus, away from the roiling crowds, and in a familiar room by an uncomfortably familiar closet, standing over a still stained bit of flooring. Not 3 feet away from where you stand, there is a set stack of matching and already stained hardwood. Pliers, nails, and a hammer. The relationship we lost when I was. Something that I haven't made much of an effort to rebuild. I've been afraid to address you. I've been afraid to address my daughter for everything that she's been through, for everything that she's been changing into, for everything that you are growing into. I've been afraid to see you because I've been so afraid to hurt the girl that I taught to hide in a closet. So afraid to show her the pain of the world when you've already been out in it, when you've already experienced so much of it, when you've already experienced more of it than I ever would have wanted you to see. And I need to accept that it's part of you.
I still feel it in my skin. I can still feel where Perkbox X decided to carve into my skin, the needle, and then I carved it off with my knife. There are nights where the skin still hurts.
Can you show me where?
No, not someplace that you show your dad. Not someplace you show your dad.
I've seen every part
nope.
of you. I'm your father. I changed you when you were naked, cleaned you when you were filthier than a sewer rat. And laughing the entire time I did.
I mean, when I got covered in mud.
And worse, when you were really small. There's no part of you that I truly haven't seen.
She takes off. She shrugs the shirt lower so you can see the tattooing all over her body. This is the first time I've actually mentioned the tattoo in this season. There are golden wings across her back.
It's beautiful.
And you can see across where Realtar put his tattoo is Nicodemus' signature. That one took a lot of pain.
I'm not as magically gifted as my dad. Not as magically talented as your mother. But I have some smaller quirks that I can make use of.
Dad, I just wish that when I was younger, you would have told me what I was.
I didn't really know.
How much responsibility was waiting to take over for the Whisper.
I knew what we were. And I was trying to avoid that responsibility. I was trying to free you of it. I wanted to give you something normal.
There's no such thing as normal when it comes to us. We walk out and a roper falls from the ceiling and becomes our friend.
I know it's true, and I spent a lot of my life resenting it, and it's not fair for me to force that on you.
I remember how mad you used to get when you used to find out where I went. When I just walked outside my door and I went on an adventure. I I didn't walk into another part of the world. I walked down the street. God bless you, Joe. I wasn't trying to be difficult. I wasn't trying to be unique or different.
You were just being you, and you weren't being any different than any of the rest of us had ever been in our family. You were being us. And if there's any god that I hate, or that I hated, it's Royard. I completely and totally hated the idea of destiny and fate. So I fought against it as much as I could, even using my own child to fight it, and I never should have done that. Because fate sure as hell fought back.
It used our family.
Maybe it's some great cosmic scale that was my fault.
I don't know why you were so afraid of it. There are bigger things to be afraid of, like a goddess wanting your attention who wants to basically tear people apart.
And maybe I only wanted to have my family worry about smaller things. Simpler things. I'm
gonna have a question. I have a question. How were you going to expect, when you passed away as violently as you did, I became a target for a strat?
Yeah.
When you passed away the way that you did, I became a target for the monster that not only hated my family and our existence, but what I was going to become when I found my partner. He hates him.
As the raven climbs up onto your father's shoulder. Destiny and fate. The more you fight it, the harder it clings to you.
Dad, she taught you that. I have another worshiper, and you can literally help that child through his stuff.
Yeah. First, I'm going to be a father and help you through some of yours. Too old now for me to kiss away your owies and your pain. But I can do other things.
When you left, I don't know if you saw it from the other side.
Where
I
I
cried.
didn't see anything.
I cried every day. Because I thought that if I cried, you would come running. But you never did. Not until I made a deal, the leading devil in our world, to fix what Royard fucked up. I lost 1,000 people that I got to know now. And I could lose them again because he's still alive. Because he hates us. He hates you. He hates Mom. He hates all of my siblings. I won't let him touch them. Not like he did Amora. Not like he did me.
Right now.
I'm scared.
I know. And you have grown beyond my ability to scare the monsters out of your closet and away from your bed. Because you're powerful enough that those monsters are too big for me.
I would like you to tell me that bullshit again before I smack you.
They're not too big for you. So maybe it's your turn to scare my monsters away. But I can still
She's
do
not a
something.
monster. She's a sweet lady.
I'm not talking about her. And he strokes the neck of the raven on his shoulder.
He gave me one of the most beautiful children I have, made of pure magic from a different world. And I love that child so much.
And I appreciate beyond end the chance I've been given to see you again.
You are not leaving me. You don't
No.
get to sound like you're leaving me again.
No, I am reminiscing.
I'm
With my
also
daughter.
reminding you used to talk like this when we were kids. I was a kid. I didn't think anything of it then.
Am I wrong for talking to you the same way I used to?
No, just don't sound like you're leaving.
No. Pulls you in and holds you. I'm not going anywhere.
I won't let them kill you. You
He
get to stay with
rests his hand on that old tattoo left by Realtor. And under his palm, you feel that patch of skin start to feel like it stings and burns. You feel that skin tingle, shake, and shiver, and eventually the pain gets so hot that it switches to a shock of cold. And then all of a sudden the pain is gone. Your father's hand lifts away and you can see the inkwork hovering in the air, held aloft in his hand.
Is it the ink she couldn't get at?
Every last bit of it. With it, you also see, moving through it as its form and its writing begins to lose shape, bits of old scar tissue.
Thank you.
I can't kiss your old Alex, but I can do it.
He pulls out the Leyborn. And she's never done this for him. It's one of the actually she pulls out one of the time children who works with memory. And she's found out that literally can mess with her memory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you something that they get when they're born. That they don't understand until they get older. She lets this baby touch his face and he can see everything from her point of view. Every moment that he missed.
See this melancholy smile curl across his lips as the images flash through his mind. Tears welling up in him.
They get to see that when they're born. They don't know what it means.
It means everything. Now let's replace this floor.
Yeah. Before we get interrupted, because they will come find me. It is almost feeding time. And I only have 2 breasts.
Mother's handling what she can. With those alchemist jugs that you made.
We're up to 7.
Yeah. As he and you get to ripping apart and replacing that flooring, finding even through the pile of wood that there's enough there to replace and rebuild a closet door.
I'm going to use Druidcraft, which I learned through Piper. Wherever I go, and I'm going to put a door that represents Lilin, and I'm going to make the wood or the mushroom grow in a shape that looks very pretty for her bedroom.
Hell yeah. As that gets done, afternoon shifting ever so softly into evening while everyone is going through their routine for the holiday. And the current pair of dragon-like companions deep in research. We switch to the other dragonling. An evening before the holiday will make its next shift. Where do we find Violet?
In bed.
With
She brought
Halcyon's
back her
shoulder,
grandfather.
arm wrapped around her shoulder.
She's gonna go see her grandparents, considering they're her honorary parents.
That's fair.
I have a question. Is the door locked?
Today, no. Not given the context of the
thank
holiday.
God.
Tomorrow might be a different story.
She looks over at her grandparents. So I brought all of the vampires, and they're living below the house. So just letting you know. They have to follow some set of rules, but I'm not quite sure what they are. She looks over at her nephew. What's the set of rules again?
Don't be stupid.
You said they're not supposed to feed on anything that's not on anything humanoid, right? They're supposed to feed on animals.
Animals, yeah, don't be stupid.
Good choice.
Right.
Good choice of words. Don't be stupid.
If don't be stupid says a lot, then that's a problem. If don't be stupid says a little, then that's fine. Right
I
now it
lived
says a
any of
lot.
this for 400 years, cousin. I dealt with a lot of stupid.
Sure you did.
Lots of stupid. She looks over at her grandfather. His great billowing white hair. Do you always look like you walked out of a wind tunnel?
Always.
My mom like.
About as fiery as you.
I'm not fiery. She looks at me, she's like, I'm not fiery. I don't know
Yes,
what you're talking about.
as fiery, as smart. It's beautiful. Certainly a striking bit more elegant than you, but there's not much lost there.
How did mom end up running the inn instead of being in the house? Or was it just because of me?
She got sick of the elegance.
I mean, Angel's got elegance and crazy, which is what I'm used to. And she taught me how to eat with a fork and knife in like 16 different ways.
Do you need that many ways?
Apparently different cultures have different utensils and different ways of eating their food. Did you know that in one place they scrape their rice onto the back of their fork and then eat it that way?
That's ridiculous.
That's one of the
Although,
most proper places in Somerville.
there's this one spot actually in southern Somerville where they cut open their bananas with a knife and fork.
It's gotta be the same place,
up?
Glenn. That's gotta be the same place,
Just like,
Granda.
Fucking why?
It's
Gotta be the
befuddling,
same
right?
place, Granda.
Why?
Did Do you know that when they eat their meat, they cut it with their fork upside down, and then they eat everything with the fork downward facing?
There's a fine line between proper and pretentious, and I think most of Somerville definitely sits on the other side of that line.
It depends on if you're in the High Council or the Lower Council or somewhere in between.
Where you live definitely determines how far that stick is up your ass.
You can ask Halcyon about that because he would know.
Hmm?
You can ask Halcyon about that, he'd know. I wouldn't.
It looks like he has a stick up his ass, so you sure is a good coupling.
I mean, his family's not, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. But sometimes he can be a little bit pretentious like Arlian.
Well, he's a paladin, that's to be expected.
He's but like Arlian himself. Sometimes too big for his britches, but not
Too
not a
big
bottom
for his
like
britches,
Arlian.
he's a god. He's about as big for your britches as you can get.
Yes, but he's not the top in the situation. Brenda.
I don't know how I feel knowing that about a god.
Brienne would say it's a good time.
I feel like that's not my business.
Not its business.
I wish it wasn't my business, but I've
Why is it?
interrupted them before.
Why is it your business?
I am dating a paladin of Arlian, I guess. I'm engaged to one, so...
Dating a paladin of Arlian does not mean the equivalent of inviting their parents over for dinner is inviting their god over for dinner.
Well, considering that Halcyon really doesn't have a family. So it could be. And most of his family was inbred and high folk.
True. Although still, it feels like falling in love with a bank teller and then asking the district manager for permission to marry.
I mean, he didn't ask Arlian for permission to marry me. I'm just saying.
Did he ask permission to marry you?
He didn't ask Gran. I don't think he asked Gran. She looks over at Halcyon, who's probably bringing her breakfast or lunch or dinner or something.
It's dinner at this point.
Halcyon, did you ever ask Gran if you could marry me, but considering my station or whatever that means? I have no idea.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. That's a no.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
We're engaged. You better tell me. And if you don't remember, I asked you to marry me when we were in the Abyss.
Yes, you did.
I did.
I asked permission of the appropriate people in your family. A great many more
Oh, okay.
than just two. Because permission from mine will not happen. Nor will we seek it. As far as mine is concerned, we're getting married out of spite. We're going to laugh the whole time.
Well, technically, because you basically... Don't you run the family now, once they all die?
I've been looking into how to expedite that process without violating my oath.
But you wouldn't let me do it.
Certainly not.
Why not? Marphis is the god of the Tempest.
They are into
I can do
things
what
that I
the
wouldn't
heck
have
I
you
want.
touch with a 10-foot pole, let alone even to kill them.
I think Marphis would take it as a challenge.
Yeah, for sure. However, you are not the landscaper who I am hiring to untangle those branches.
You going to handle are you going to let the Whisper handle it?
Certainly not.
Why not?
It's more of a warlike action than anything else. I would rather be enticed by...
Lord. War. Lord.
deconstructing.
You're not explaining what you want.
I am a servant of a god of architecture, and I would much rather their house collapse upon them. Look,
might
I
be able to
have-
help with that.
I have methods that I am doing my best to keep unsaid. As my family has ears in unexpected places.
I could do so many things to them. I have fingers from different types of hags. I could freeze their
You could do a
crops.
number of
I
things,
could
but
bring
for
down
right
their little
now,
things.
I'm keen on keeping you relaxed so that by the time you can properly celebrate this holiday for yourself, it goes so very smoothly.
She looks at her granddad. Does anything ever go smoothly with our family?
Yes.
When? I've never been in an experience of that. So she looks at her granddad and says,
Your grandmother says about once a month.
I hope it's more than once a month. She looks really disappointed at her grandpa.
Not that. It goes surprisingly smoothly.
Good.
Oh,
Good. Good. Good.
TMI.
Violet's
Good.
not scared of that kind of talk. She's just like,
I
oh,
know.
that's good. That's helpful.
And you'll be absent
Things
yours
are-
for a number of months, which means it should still go smoothly.
There's a question that I need to ask.
Sure.
Do I let my future husband tear his family down, or do I help him?
Does he look like he wants help? Does he feel like he wants it?
I just kind of question if they've been possessed by demons.
Sometimes you don't need possession to be a monster. While most are born without a nature to do wrong, many teach themselves that nature and do not wish to unlearn those lessons. If my judgment of that man's family is anything, they may be of that ilk and that cloth rather proudly.
But to sleep with one's siblings. Oh. It's just not done.
It's not good.
He looks over at Halcyon. Am I getting that plate that you've got in your hands, or are you just gonna stand there with it the entire time?
I was waiting for you to bloody take it.
Takes the plate. Don't look
You
at me.
reach your
like
arm
you're so
over and he
tough.
pulls you close.
I am enjoying the other people who are our parents here. And
Yes,
she
I
kisses him on the nose.
understand. He then proceeds to kiss you on the nose, significantly harder.
She's gonna blow out of her nose.
And he blows into yours.
What?
Everybody, most of the people in the group go,
Looks over him. Go and brush your teeth.
Snaps his fingers and prestidigitates his own mouth.
Does the same for herself. Oh my god.
Prestidigitation, sponsored by Colgate. No, I'm kidding.
She looks over at her grandparents. I am going to spend time with them today. If you would like to join, you're welcome to. But when you do need to make offerings to my parents,
And I will
I
gladly
don't know
help
if I
you.
want to. I don't know if I want to talk to them though. I'm still kind of mad at my dad. I know he was following orders and he was a paladin of Goose here.
Today would be the best day if you wanted to do that. If you still want to try later, I can help.
I'll try today. They live under the tree, you know. I
Liz
should
is
bring Piper with me. You think this is hilarious, but she's probably busy again.
could be.
But maybe she'd be willing for a distraction.
Perhaps. You want to go?
She's gonna go get Piper and have her grandparents meet her at the tree.
Venturing outside into the cold, which you are naturally quite used to indeed.
She's just gonna walk over barefoot with her food in her hand. Barefoot and pregnant.
Your food is
She
getting
walks
colder by
over
the second.
I'm letting you know, she's like scarfing down her food as she goes. She knocks on Piper's door as she gets there.
Piper's not there. She's at the lab.
Shave and a haircut.
Probably know where you're at, considering she can smell you.
You said her room, not
Well,
the lab.
her set of rooms would also be the lab, right?
No, because I'm in I don't have a lab at the house.
But you
Angel
have
sent me
one
the
in
lab just now.
Oh yeah. But Violet knows where the lab is, so she would not finding her there. She'd follow her nose. By
the
grabbing
fruit
another
tastes,
couple
though.
of muffins. By grabbing another pile of cookies on her way there.
Is she gonna follow her nose for the fruity taste that shows?
Yeah, that one.
Kellogg's sponsor me now.
She knocks on Piper's lab door.
Come in! She yells from inside, because she is in the
Piper?
middle of handling something. How
Piper,
much
would
would
you-
she have worked on?
Yeah, I would like to know that. Because she had time.
I'm focusing specifically on the viral one, which we have an inoculation and a Dampier cure for.
Roll me a medicine check.
There. $17 plus 22. 17 plus 22, so 39?
39, yeah. The inoculation, at least to the best of your recent experimentation on some smaller fauna, seems resoundingly successful.
Yeah, we already had that. We had the inoculation. We don't
Yeah.
have a vaccine or a cure. That was like the last two left.
Right. With that check, you, I'd say, resoundingly managed to complete a vaccine option.
Sweet.
How effective it may prove to be will be up to interpretation after some testing. But so far, it seems effective.
I'm letting you know, Violet walks in wearing like a very familiar kind of sounding, it's like an elvish form of overalls.
Yeah.
Barefoot.
Hello, she says, staring at her microscope.
Did you manage it?
Got an inoculation, a vaccine, a cure for dampirism, not vampirism, but only specifically the viral strain. There's like 5 different strains.
Right. So I was gonna ask if you wanted to come and help me chew out my parents, because you seem to be really good at that. As long as they're not your own parents, because it takes you a while to chew them out.
That's because my brain just forgot the sentence. Fuck. I think it's a little bit harder because my mom was lobotomized and my dad was seduced by a succubus.
Well, my father basically gave Gacy a bunch of magical items that basically ostracized my entire family and gave us vampirism.
Kind. What kind? We could see if we could keep y'all from that kind. Depending.
That's kind of all the blood samples I bought you are from all of my family members, given free blood samples.
Yes, and also all of the other vampires that are currently in the place, like the spider ones, and the other arachnids, and the bacterials, and the curse. And I forgot what the fifth one was, and that pisses me off.
Well, I think he induced a curse to my family. But I don't know.
Discover what kind was Violet's family's version of vampirism?
No, he hasn't looked in. She hadn't looked into it yet. That's why she's like here.
Can I look at the family blood real quick? See who's
Certainly. Go ahead
active?
and give me another medicine check.
16 plus 22.
16 plus 22. Making for a whopping 38.
38.
if I'm mathing correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, their vampirism does not seem disease-based as much as it does outright magical corruption.
So a curse-based one.
Yeah.
So this is a curse-based one. I guess after I finish viral vampirism, I'll work on the cursed kind.
But I'd like to ask Gacy if he, because he decided to screw my family over, if he'd at least grant us a boon.
I mean, that might work. I
So I
don't
was
know.
gonna-
I'm not the god person.
I was asking you, did you come with me because I need to chew out my parents and I need to chew out my father correctly. I just
Yeah,
need moral
okay.
support. I just need moral support.
You want me to look scary or goofy?
I'll let you judge.
Well, which do you think you're gonna need? A scary, intimidating presence standing behind you to scare your parents, or a goofy one to make you feel better about yourself?
I would really like the scary one that makes him almost piss his pants. Because I really like her.
Good. I'm working on that one.
Oh,
I'm thinking
also-
flaming eyeballs with a bird skull.
I was also thinking that you could add that shiny latex material as like a side on that helmet thing that you've been working on.
I mean, the bird skull?
That bird skull you could put like a shiny shimmer that almost looks like latex, so it looks clean.
Oh, a latexy skull with flaming eyeballs.
I love that. It's gonna be amazing.
Easiest way to harvest that right now would be through poppy harvesting, but yeah.
Sir, we're talking about the scary archfey form. I make myself into that.
Oh.
So
Scary
I'm
archery
going
form
to
with a
summon my
latex
father
headband.
because I have been given a
Okay.
very frightening. I've been given a scroll to basically talk to the dead, and
Right.
that was from Mariana when I wanted to use it because her mother gave it to me.
Is it like the Speak with Dead where you can always ask a few questions and then they're
No,
again?
no, it's like a full commune with dead. It's like to sit and eat at dinner or something like that kind of situation.
Gross. But alright. She's like gross.
Don't worry, I'll bring food for us because I already asked for soup from Ezekrin downstairs.
Okay, we'll go get soup. Okay.
We're gonna get the stew kind of soup though, not the because it needs to be hearty because we're out in the cold.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And as you guys go get your hearty soup, it is past 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and hit our BRB. Also because my eyeballs are floating.
I gotta pee. I need something.
back at the VOD later and realize that BRB lasted probably upwards of an hour. I don't know. Hopefully it was less. I pray to God it was less. Motherfucker.
Vinestra said, 1 hour 15 roughly.
No. No, it wasn't an hour. It was 45 minutes because I watched the clock because I had to go get food.
I feel like I should attach like a timer source every time the BRB goes up. If nothing else, just to tell me whether I was gone on relative schedule or not. All right. Welcome back. All right.
Here with Violet.
Yes.
And I don't think I'm gonna finish eating this.
Huh?
I don't think I'm gonna finish eating this ramen. It's too spicy.
You said you bought Bulldog ramen a couple of days back, right? Oh yeah, no, that's hotter than fuck.
No, I really like this spicy, but it's too much, and the guinea pigs don't like to kiss me when I have it in my mouth.
It's usually designed for you to like mix mozzarella cheese and shit like that in it. Did you mix anything like that in there? Usually anything added to it is supposed to help dull the spice a little bit.
Especially dairy.
I got the carbonara kind, the one that's the milk
Oh.
kind.
Oh, so you got the... Your ass is not going to be happy with you in 4 hours.
It'll be fine. It's not real carbonara, it's just powder.
It's hotter than shit, though. And from personal experience, it's not going to be... Well, then again, my stomach might just be sensitive.
Also,
I don't know.
carbonara should not.
Well,
have
it's not
really-
carbonara, it's carbonara.
I know,
Because
but
it's ramen.
carbonara
Look it up.
in general does not use.
I know. Look it up. Look it up.
Vinestra
Hold up,
said,
Roman.
uses
it'll be
gluten.
fine. Famous word often uttered before disaster.
Yeah, and to be fair, actually, my stomach is generally pretty sensitive as it is. It's sensitive by default because I'm, well, I have a shunt with my brain, and for those that know anything about where that then drains whatever it gathers, yeah, no, my stomach is weaker than a normal person's.
Mhm. Which makes sense.
Anyway, back with Violet, and then we'll finally transition to the next day of the fucking festival. It's been like 5 weeks straight of health issues, pretty much.
Yes, but
Anyway.
you're about to go eat normal food for the first time in like a year.
The first couple of
Like
days
3
with
and 4
of
years.
that, my body's going to be very angry.
It's okay. Remember, it's better than. I'm gonna let you know, Joe. I hate the fact that you got off of the keto.
I hate
hate
it
the
too.
fact that
My
I-
budget kind of dictated that, unfortunately.
I think you should have asked your mom to help you with your budget on that part.
She's struggling too. Even she can't afford to get on it.
Well aware. But if you take the kids out to eat every night, it's not cheaper.
Oh, we don't. Or she doesn't, I should say. Especially not since she's now got her own place. So a lot of that has been cut down significantly.
All right, are we ready to go?
Yeah, we are ready to go. BRB's been gone now for a few moments. So,
I'm gonna have to not do that ever again because that was spicy and I don't like the way it was. It doesn't taste good. It's not salty enough, and there's not lemon in it, and it tastes weird.
why would it have lemon in it? Never mind.
I put lemon in my ramen. It doesn't have any in it.
Okay.
She puts.
I like it
this time.
I put lime when I have limes. We have lemons right now. Which is, you used to have a lot more limes than we have lemons, but we haven't been doing that. Go ahead. It's also because they're more expensive here in
All right, so what
Texas
were we
right now.
going to go over with Violet real quick? What did we just cut off before I went on my unfortunately extended
Okay.
BRB?
She's going to go talk to her parents for the first time in almost 400 years.
Oh,
And
right,
she's
she's
gonna
going to
move them
try
out.
and summon the dead, basically. Okay. So,
And
Oh, they're allowed to come and visit for today. It's kind of like the Day of the Dead right now.
Sort of. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get spicy cheeks instead.
And
Screw that.
Piper's gonna be scary Piper because she wants Violet wants her to scare her parents.
Yeah, her dad specifically.
Scare the dead, okay.
Why not? Sounds like a
Her mom didn't do nothing. Her mom didn't do nothing.
well, I can't do the whole Piff can appear as one thing to one person and appear as another thing to another person simultaneously. I can't do that yet.
I know that. Violet knows that. She's just... Mother, I don't think would be afraid of you.
She's a vampire. Like that.
I assume you venture outside toward the cave, toward the hot spring and the gravesite in the house.
Hold on, I'm asking what the soup is good. The omelet? Chowder in the fridge. Sorry, I found chowder in the fridge. Alright, so where are we at, Joe? So Violet's gonna go up to her grave, take Piper with her. We're warming up chowder. I'm so freaking hungry. Not a lot of chowder, but if I put it in a bigger bowl, it comes up faster. Keep going, Joe.
Okay. So venturing outside, bringing Piper with you out to
To the little alcove.
to basically that little frozen grotto. Not so frozen anymore, especially after you unearthed the hot spring beneath it, but venturing out, you find that pair of grave markers.
She's going to use the scroll that was given to her by Hold 6. Or not Hold 6, by Gaithier. By Gaithier, to talk to her as parents. Gaithier gave her a scroll.
Okay.
And Gaithier will probably, if not, be present with this one, because he owes her a boon for fixing the problem he created.
It's not Gaisir's holiday, so...
I know, well, that's great.
Yeah. Unfurling the scroll, you hear that sort of gentle crinkling of paper as the words light up before the headstones kind of placed in this grotto. The humidity starting to get to you as the scroll and its lettering begin to light up in that soft sort of orange amber color of burning fire. The lettering itself begins to burn and twinge away at the pages before it itself sort of scatters across both of the headstones and the lettering carved in. Roll a percentile to see who arrives first.
They're living together in Gaisir's company, so...
Supposedly.
No, that's what you told me.
Yep.
That's what's written down.
And I'm still rolling to see who shows up first.
Dad's too scared, so he sends Mom first.
It should be. Big dog.
I mean, I am in
My crowd.
full
Regalia. Full regalia.
regalia. Can I explain while you roll what it looks
Yeah.
like?
Oh, means.
So Piper is currently a latex-covered bird skull. This is just her head, like plague doctors are, with fire coming out her eyes, kind of like blue fire, since her hair is now blue fire, typically when she's in lava form. She's wearing a long, like, doctor's outfit from the plague doctor era, with multiple medieval medical implements all over her waist, and also her fingers are old medieval style scalpels and other cutting implements, with her thumbs being the medieval version of chainsaws.
Gotcha.
That sounds good.
All right.
So who shows up first?
Oddly, the first one to arrive isn't whom you initially expect. Showing up in sort of a full rested tunic, absent any armor that would be worn across his form. The snow elven form of your father.
Hold on
His
a moment,
form-
Joe. Give me like half a second to settle and get them some food. Keep describing.
Okay.
More description. I'll do the ladies.
His form seems to be showcased almost in the soft orange fire glow and the smoke therein that lifts off of it. An almost ethereal presence kind of steadily beginning to radiate off of the stone, almost akin to a mirage you might see in a desert. It's sort of latent shifting and almost clear lack of presence, as if presented and made by just the variances in temperature and the latent steam that's coming out of the cavern, and yet his form is still present in there.
Okay.
Followed shortly after, over her own headstone, the form of her mother, whom very much does look like you.
What do you
I'm
think?
looking at Violet. Violet is fully in her long dress that Halcyon had made for her. Is currently munching on some type of Rice Krispie peanut butter thing that was offered over there at the other house.
As their presences frame up above their stones, you hear this almost ethereal inhale shared between the pair of them, as then the soft crackling of fire echoes across the inside of the cavern and grotto, continuously as both of their gazes turn toward you. Who do you address
She looks
first?
at the house. Looks over at Halcyon as well as Piper. I kind of want to know what their intake is, seeing Piper in full regalia.
Full plague doctor regalia.
There's a discomfort softly present in his face, yet a stern acknowledgement all the same. Your mother definitely a little bit more blatantly hesitant in her look toward him, but their forms are less consciously reactive in this state, as if they are very much peering through the filter of the veil that they are behind.
That was not what Gacy promised her with the scroll. They're just supposed to visit for a moment and they're supposed to go back.
Well, which one do you address first?
He dresses her dad. Well, are either of you going to say anything?
Verbally acknowledging him, that spectral form takes on more definition, and as if stepping past a curtain, settles and sits itself, legs visible and all, over the headstone.
Interesting.
Now his features more noted, more visible, still spectral, still not fully present.
This
But
is
at
what
least
I
his
wanted.
features still more strongly readable now. And you can also now finally detail and acknowledge color in his features. Hello, Violet.
Hello.
Who are these companions you've brought with you?
Piper the Archfey and Halcyon, my betrothed.
A look of stern appraisal suddenly crosses his face as he looks Halcyon up and down, only for Halcyon to meet him with the same gaze. Same appraisal.
You honestly thought you were going to get past him?
Past. I'm
You
not
haven't been
around.
here for... No, you're not around. You haven't been around for 400 years.
There's nothing for me to compete with.
Yes, there is. I show him more respect, and I show you respect. That should be enough. I miss my father. I miss my mother. I miss you both. I'm more pissed at you than I can ever speak in words, considering you cursed the entire family. I've watched my cousin struggle through vampirism because you decided to make a choice for Geysir. Probably to save my mother's life, but you know what? That didn't help in any ways because she was already undead in the first place. Wait, that left me alone at age 12. Or 10? Was it 10 or 12? Looks over at Halcyon. Can never remember anymore.
I believe you said 10.
That's right. I stopped thinking I was an actual elf when I was 12.
Have you summoned me here to get closure?
I want to know where you stand. Because I need to know if it was all for you or all for him.
Cursing the family, it was a selfish act. To save your mother, yes. Selfish,
didn't.
nonetheless.
You didn't.
In my hubris, I failed. And yet I'm still under Geysir's protection.
As all of his children usually are.
War is ugly. What I did was not an act of war, it was an act of selfish spite. When I died, I risked falling into hell. And I deserved to. Still, I yet pledged my undying soul in greater devotion than I ever yet shown to Geysir.
He didn't save me. He didn't plunge his hand into the abyss and pull me out.
No.
He let me wander. Layer after layer after layer, starving, bleeding, fighting, eating.
In the abyss, even gods tread lightly.
I know why. I know why. I know what lives there now. I know what's connected to it. I know what's at stake.
Don't be so angry with a god that did not intervene because he could not.
I'm not angry with a god that did not intervene.
Angry with me for landing you in that position.
I'm angry at you for her death.
As you should be.
I'm angry at you for my aunt's death.
As you should be.
I'm angry at you for letting my uncle be the one that tried to chase me down and kill me.
As you should be.
But I can't hate you. I can be angry with you, I can be angry, I can be loud. Piper.
Piper is just sitting there sharpening her fingers with a file, like a
When you were on
whetstone.
the barest edge of starving in the abyss, you'd find a wounded imp. A knoll. A boulder. A beast or other demon of burden. When otherwise, you are on the edge of being unable to hunt or too weak at a time.
Giants, ogres, things that live in the abyss.
Anything.
Trying to jump from limb from limb.
And when it got too hard for you to survive, you still found something. As if it had found its way to you. It took more
Is that what he
scars, even
promised you?
after death.
Is that what he promised you, or is that what you fought for me?
If a god can't risk reaching down, a disembodied soul shouldn't dare. And I did. As
I
for a
forgot who I
moment
was.
you see his form flicker. Repaired though as it is in the heavens, you see for a moment a form ripped, torn, bitten as if a body freshly mauled by some beast. But the bite marks look far more monstrous than anything material. I did a lot of wrong, and in death I am trying to make up for it. In the small ways I'm allowed, and in many ways I'm not allowed. I love you deeply. And from the bottom of my soul, I am sorry for what I did to you, to your mother, to our family.
You know, there are some days where I go to sleep and I dream of you and me and Ink and Mom as a family. Small and comfortable, but still what we were. And I would wish every birthday. This is the point where she actually starts to cry. Then I remembered what you smelled like.
As the tears fall from your cheek, the specter, still more full of form, stepping away from the stone as he is, reaches out and touches your cheek, and you feel presence and warmth there, like being at the edge of a fire.
As a little girl, I remember when you'd visit and you didn't tell me who you were. And I know because you didn't want me to get attached. I'm sorry, but I got attached.
It's okay. In war, death is easier when you're not attached, but you weren't in
I can't
war.
remember. I was always at war.
No. You're surviving. War is coming.
I'm letting you know she
Real
shifts for the first time and nearly snaps at him.
I was always at war. I still am at war. The egg inside of my belly had carvings in it. I had carvings all inside of my skin. They want to plunge this world into darkness, and I am going to rip their throats out and let them live in the dark. Either that or force them into the light until they burn and all they can see is nothing. My friend Piper here went with me to the abyss.
This is literally what she does with the chainsaw thumb, just like.
That's so cool. So cool.
Well, no, old, really, really old chainsaws, you had to crank by hand.
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense because it's a crank hand thing.
But every time I do this, it does start itself.
Oh my god. I was always at war, either between you and the family and the people who scorned and hated us, or between myself and the rest of the world, and trying to not eat my friend. Do you know how hungry I was? How
Yes.
tempting the smell of his flesh was.
Yes. I
It
know when
was
it
so-
turned from tempting to repulsive. And yet tempting still.
Remember burying his body in what was left of my clothes. All the way down. Singing him to sleep. Because I needed some type of quality. And I still sing it in abyssal. Not in the language of my mother. Because they would find me and kill me. I am so tired of war. I think Gase here can go take whatever rod he has and shove it up his rear for how much we've been apart.
Even the softest mention of your mother grants her more material as she then sits upon her own headstone.
My mother was the best person I ever knew. She was the kindest, smartest, funniest, warmest person I ever met in my life. Until I met someone better. She's much smaller than my mother.
Someone
And then
better
I met Piper.
By the way, when she mentions is much smaller than her mother, I giggle, but it sounds absolutely terrifying.
Terrifying.
Like demonic crow cackling.
I'll get you some carrots in a minute, Bebes.
Someone better than me. My dearest little Violet.
She takes in the strays. Who have nowhere to go, so they won't have to fight a war of their own. So they won't have to be hungry. So they won't have to be cold.
Spectre walks from the headstone and embraces you. Your entire body feeling like it's wrapped in a soft blanket close to a campfire on a cold night. I watched you every step of the way. I gave you song to calm your mind.
And it worked. And I thank you, Mama.
Do you remember how it was properly sung?
I do. I'm tired. I'm going to make Casey record it for me, or at least get you back. I know that you don't want to come back. But I'm going to probably put you in a different heaven, just so you know. Someplace where I can actually touch you.
I could come here for plane of travel is not beyond you and your lot now. Visiting is not out of the question.
Why did you side with him? He the most blind out of all the gods. Why did you side with him?
Piper's flaring fiery daggers at her dad. Just
He who did not understand war itself and what it did to other people until after being smitten. Smoked? Is it smitten? It's smoked?
Smoked. Smitten is falling in love. Something your new smaller mother knows quite a bit about.
He knew how to make his life hell.
Each clung to the calling of war for different reasons. Your father for perceived righteousness, and I to keep him alive within it, if I could. Soldier to not take up a weapon and instead to patch those who did. To sing them to sleep when they feared the long night. And you hear through her voice the echoes of that song in Elven that you would sing to Ink. A voice that sounds so very similar to your own. But older,
Paper.
graceful, caring.
not an abyssal.
Not an abyssal.
Not an abyssal.
It's like the
The song
blessing of
sounds
the sound is
elegant
not an
this
abyssal.
way, surprisingly, rather than like you're trying to gargle broken fucking marbles.
Piper's still just staring absolute fire daggers at Violet's dad, like, you know what you did.
This is the point where she looks at her father. What do you owe him? What price must I pay where I can touch you? In a place of my choosing.
You pay no price. I pay it.
Um,
A soul
no.
saved for every soul I damned.
What's happening?
Hold on, somebody's coughing. Here, I don't know who the guinea pig is coughing. There's a kitty!
The father did not hear us. Mixing up my
Hold
own
on,
shit.
I gotta
Wait,
give.
no,
I
that
gotta
was
give-
the dog. Either that or the
Hold
cat
on.
is directly behind Brick.
Come on, guinea pig. You want some vitamin C cookie? We're not gonna have this. We're not having sickness in this cage. I will get you some warm water. How about that? Here. Use some of this. Let's get this down our throats and our gullet first. Let me get you some water. Hold on. We have to get the baby some water. He's choking. Hold on.
Ooh. What is Violet's dad's reaction to Piper just staring fiery daggers at the man?
The man being dead has afforded him some resistance to outward discomfort. Yet, being medically knowledgeable as you are, you can very clearly see the physical bodily tension of stress that's just been gradually increasing every soft glance in your direction he accidentally manages to give.
I'm gonna smile at him, and my teeth are needles. How does
So
he
the que-
react to the smile?
Yes, I want to see that. I want to know what happens.
There's just like the softest, uncomfortable kind of adjustment in his sitting position that very much registers as a recoil, still within the confines of what little physical space he can access in a world that he no longer belongs to.
Good, I'm making him squirm. Piper just testing out her scary form on people for shits and giggles.
Oh yeah. And if it can make the dead uncomfortable, it should do plenty for the living.
So my question is, if I don't have to pay anything for you to survive, for me to survive, what do I have to pay to move you to another husband?
Not a thing. The debt I have, I am repaying. And that will gain me access after it is done. Which means I may spend some time missing your mother. As she will be able to move without issue.
Separate you. I'll allow her to go between places. I've been given an ability. I've been given boon.
Excuse me.
She takes what is like a mock-up necklace of angels when she wants to go in it. One of the things that they've made where she can find her way there.
Mm.
She hands it to her mother.
She
You can
takes
take
it,
him home.
and the moment she grabs the necklace, the metal turns transparent and spectral, no longer fully physically present here.
You may come see me tonight if you'd wish. You may hug me if you want. I have a home there. Casey, my god, Merphis, lets me stay there and sleep there and rest. I have many gods that I have allegiance to. But I will let you know, I'm not angry at Casey. I'm angry for what he made you do.
He didn't
I think
make
he
me
knows
do
that.
anything. I did it in his name. And I am repaying the consequences of my own choices.
Piper just rolling her eyes, which makes her fire flicker in her eyeballs.
You'll be able to live between Geysers and that heaven with that item. It's my boon. I have two. One for me and one for Halcyon, but if I go... Halcyon goes with me, and we
Oh,
rest
you've
there
got something
sometime.
for me. Delightful.
You didn't... Do you not remember the necklaces that Angel gave us, like,
I'm screwing
months
with you.
ago?
Piper just looks at Halcyon like, don't make
Come
me
on,
defend her dad now. Don't make me defend her dad's appraisal of you, sir.
They're dead. I think I'm afforded a little more leniency.
Not for me.
That's fair.
Don't ruin my homecoming.
Of course
Thank
not.
you.
I'm going to heal my cousins and my aunts and uncles. But I need to know, where did you get the item? I can't break the curse if I don't know where it comes from. And if you're going to tell me Strahd, I'm going to be pissed off, because I actually have an item from Strahd. Or at least I know where one is.
There is no recognition reflected in their faces.
Oh, good.
Wait. Piper just mentally links over to Violet. Is like, wait, Strahd's real?
Strahd's real. Do you not remember, basically, that Chester came from Stravarius's castle?
I think that was with Bruce, not Piper. I don't think.
Yeah,
Nope, it was Piper. It was Prose.
It was Bruce.
Yeah.
That's where he came from. We got to meet Strahd. It was interesting. It was all uninteresting.
Piper does look back at
That's what Angel told me. That's what Angel told me. She told me that they met Strahd. I'm repeating exactly what she told me. Exact way she told me.
You didn't. You met one of the vampires in his service. Just to clarify.
I mean, essentially met Strahd. He met his manservant. There you go. Met Strahd. Technically. Piper just tells her mentally.
Strahd von Zerovich is a holder from the can of worms.
Piper's just like, I will. We are no talking about that later. Looks over at Violet's dad. And it's going to come out very, like, scratchy sounding, but I cannot replicate that while having
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I will fuck my voice for the next week.
Acid reflux incoming.
Exactly. So she just looked at Violet's dad and said, Stop appraising her bloody fiancé like as if he's a piece of meat when you're not fucking physically alive here to have any say-so.
Fair.
Piper's a girl's girl.
I'm going to let you know how Halcyon is the one that's kept me alive.
Despite that statement, your mother then quickly gives him an up and down, and then just nods in that kind of half-cocked, like mildly impressed approval.
Yeah.
Mom's allowed. Mom is innocent of all charges.
There's
My
even a
mom
slight
is
eyebrow
innocent.
raised there, like that very much screams, not bad.
Damn, my daughter has good taste.
It's okay to thirst after your daughter's partner when you're dead.
No, I'm letting you know. She's like, I didn't do the chasing, just so you know.
Tall drink of Sunny D, that one.
Mm.
I mean, it is the sun god. The paladin of the sun god.
Did you intend to make that motion?
What?
What? What motion?
Did you intend to make that motion? Just before you rested your hand on your cheek, there was a rather violent fist shake.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh my. Okay, continuing!
Good lord, Megan.
So, Violet literally looks at her mother. If you want to give me a hug, you can. I will be sleeping inside of an angel's necklace this evening because it keeps the baby calm.
I have a lot more to give you than a hug.
I know. But I want to tell you something, Da. Vengeance and power breed death and destruction.
Understood.
And when I cut their necks, because I'm going to at least get one of them in between my teeth. Either that or let Avery pull it open and then I'll saw it open. Because it'll be great watching his little monster of a giant robots basically hold its neck out while I chew it down. It's so cool. One of those monsters.
It just is kind of cool.
It just is really cool.
First one to grant you some information, as your father did clarify it wasn't from Strahd, but you still asked where. Your father walks over and he places 2 fingers on your temple. You feel that soft heat, until it then grows like the searing touch of a flame. And a flash of images start to flutter through your brain. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'll be
To
right back,
process
as I
it cleanly,
clean up
remember
here.
this day does have the benefit of a buffed wisdom stat.
Well, I have a high wisdom stat as Violet. Oh my god. Give him a minute. He's probably got to go and plunge a toilet. I'm really excited for this. That soup was what I needed. That soup was really great. Soup was really tasty. And I'm glad that I found it and I ate it. What's up, Avery? What's up, Rick?
Joe might come back to find me in bed.
Then go to bed, dude. We're just going to the next day. That's his only goal today.
I know.
He's got to get to the next day. He's tired of it being in one spot.
I know. And honestly, it wouldn't be so bad if his stomach wasn't tearing him a new one.
I think he has gallbladder issues, and because he hasn't been able to afford keto, it's just been hell.
Worse.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm back.
Vinestra said, "We really do need to get moving forwards with the plot, as it were."
Oh, he came back. Yay.
Oh, yay. It didn't
He had a
matter.
My dad asked if I had any Tylenol, because he's dealing with pain left over from the back surgery. Back on topic.
We assume nature called you.
I've got an 18 plus whatever Violet's wisdom stat is, which is rather high. So I think it's a plus 7 or 8 now.
Temporarily
say-
for the holiday, yes.
Wisdom save?
Yep.
Is it doing the thing where I can't... Shit, I can't even look at Violet's page. Fuck, I hate when it does that.
Hold on, let me look it on I have my iPad. And I have Beyond.
Oh, it wasn't on D&D Beyond, it was on, Roll20. I have access to your character sheets. In case, you know, you're not on your computer and access it yourself, but for
I
whatever
have
reason...
my iPad, but I can give you the base stat before we leveled up. But she has a plus 6 to her wisdom already, which is a plus 6 plus the original whatever it was. Are you serious? I have to re-sign in?
Always.
Oh my god, they put a Torchlight book in here. They got rid of my characters.
What? Why?
So they got rid of my characters. Hold on, let me see if I sign into the other email if it does something different. Joe, can we bypass this? Because I already know that it's over a plus 6. It's like a plus 12 or 13 right now.
Okay, what was your original roll?
An 18.
Okay. So ballparking 30.
Yeah, hold on. How do I sign out?
Okay, so same amount. What is it? Marker! Where did you go? I don't need a
I'm
child
right here.
getting a hold of that. Oh, I'm talking to my marker.
Okay, so she's. What did she get if she gets an 18 plus all of her bonuses? Because you have my sheet over there.
Yeah. So, you get a scattering of
From what I know, it's over 30 right now.
spasm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. You get a scattering of disjointed images at first. A series of collected bats, torn and extended flesh, leftovers, old skeletons, shooting farther and farther back until finally you're in a cave somewhere in this imagery, and you move farther back through the cave. You see painted images on walls, degraded and lost with time, and you see figures as if they've been impaled through the back up on pikes in much of this cave imagery. Moving further back, you find yourself toward an old human ruin, a facility, its name long since burned and blasted away, covered in rubble. Moving further in, you find old artifacts scattered throughout, sealed away in here. Old research. The languages translated therein. Magic has come to the world. Maybe magic has always been here. And it's a research on old human historical artifacts and superstitions to see if magic truly held presence within them. You see spikes, you see pikes, you see, particularly well preserved in this place, old memorabilia tied to a town and a place in the ancient human world of Earth known as Wallachia. And a figure referred to historically as Vladimir the Impaler, and legendarily as Dracula.
Hmm. Dracula.
You pissed off the ancient vampire of the original world.
Old artifacts looked at, experimented on for latent magic. Imagery of your father leaving with a long pike and spear previously theoretically associated with the Impaler and his very name. On his way out, he stabbed a beast that assailed him with it. Drained it of its blood in the process as it bled out from the impaling, and yet it got back up, vicious, feral, thirsty, as if something from the spear left something within it. And he thought he fended it off. One of its teeth, however, were broken inside of his body, and while he did not himself continue on with that curse, and he brought the spear back to Geysir for its significance as a motion and object of prayer. As the tooth was dug out and tended to by his brother and his wife, that tooth grazed against them and something deep seated within. Angry, thirsty, ancient, and terrible.
Where's the fang now?
Based on that image when it was originally dug out, at least, it was, much like many other bits of refuse and trash treated at your home, supposedly burned. And so, most likely, sitting at the bottom of some long since desiccated ash pile, at the bottom of the furnace of the Evergreen Estate.
That. Hmm.
Because I have Angel's ability to sense smells through dreams. It's one of the things that was trained into Angel trained into Violet, so she could smell things. That was her strongest attribute. Can I smell what
Perception
the tree
check
smells like?
for olfactory recollection. Perception is wisdom based, and since there's a wisdom buff, of course, today it's a good thing.
19. Plus all of the things in there with it.
Yeah.
It's over 12, so now it's over her.
Recalling the smell not only from the beast, which definitely had the sort of aroma of like wet dog, old mountain cat that had been long since trudging through the sludge. There was also this strong aroma of old metal and rust that sort of leaked off of it, particularly in its saliva. This flash and warning of thoughts and ideas about things like tetanus and various other contact-borne illnesses. And it continues to flash through your mind, and the scent almost seeds itself in your brain like a whispering corruption.
Death.
Death.
Rust. Rust is death. I must go. I love you. But I
One
have to
last
go and
thing
solve
that your mother leaves you with. Trying to leave a better taste in your mouth than the one your father did. She places her hand gently on your chest. And before your panic sets in, your eyes roll back in your head and your body relaxes as you get a flash of every memory of every single time from infancy to childhood that your mother ever gave you that lullaby. Even recalling being held and swayed in her arms.
She kisses her mother's forehead. I will see you this evening. But I must go. She kisses her father's forehead. I have to do something only I can do.
Piper is confused.
Come with me, Piper. I need your
Piper's
eyes.
just-
The ritual
Oh,
dissipates
okay.
as they both fade back to where they belong.
He's going to literally run to where the furnaces are. Considering her smells are so keen.
Piper's just trying to keep up, but Piper is slower than Doggo.
You can literally ride the doggo. You are big enough now where you can take the mane and ride with it.
Now
Okay.
I think it's funnier if Piper's following behind going, wait, where are we going? Why are we going? And it's her regular voice now instead of the scary voice, but still in the scary body.
I'm gonna let Halcyon kind of lead her where I'm going because he can follow me.
Oh yeah,
Well, why are
and
we
he's
going
bolting
there?
off with
'Cause-
you.
Before I get a kiss from my mother before I go to bed, I need to find this thing.
What? Hey, I didn't see what your dad said. Showed your brain.
It's a tooth. It's a tooth. It's a long, thin, gnarly tooth. It would have been
Okay.
burned. It would have been burned. The ash would be here, or it would. And because it hasn't burned, the curse isn't gone. It can't be burned. It didn't burn. It's got to be black, almost possibly with the rust smell.
Possibly.
All right. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Piper.
Quickly enough, you get back to Evergreen Estate. And
We were
quickly
right
enough-
outside Evergreen Estate. We
Yeah.
just went inside.
And quickly enough, you bound your way down into the basement. Farther and farther down to finally the ash catch, which, to your grandmother's discredit over the many, many decades, and possibly due to her depression at the loss of her family, has been left thoroughly caked and uncleaned. As you open the door to just a wall thick with layers upon layers of old soot, unkempt and unhandled. And as you venture down, a certain spectral Goliath is trying to follow you down, but it's almost as if, approaching down the steps, he is being stopped partway. As if a shadow tries to reach for him that he himself, on instinct, is trying to stay away from and out of its grasp.
It's fine, we got this. She yells up to the giant.
At this point, what she does is she actually lets. What she has is a cleaning spell that goes all the way through the space, so she can try to just clean up all the water and the dust and the grime so she can find the tooth.
Piper's putting on her copper gloves.
Okay.
'cause,
Prestidigitation
oh,
takes care of about 1 square foot of...
It's not
Muck.
prestidigitation, it's a mass cleaning spell. It's a scroll. She pulls out a scroll. We had them for the abyss. I've got all my
Oh,
abyss
right, the
tools.
mass prestidigitation that you got for the blood. With
That's right.
mhm.
Right.
And we never went through the blood region.
Okay. Fair enough. Reasonable enough holdover. You cast it over, and it scatters over most of the dust, grime, and ash. Until it leaves behind something that, by all rights, should have burned. And remains pristine, if slightly rotten. The chipped off end of some feral beast's canine. The root of the tooth still pulsing.
I am going to take, and I am going to use the scythe of the word. Or this, we have a sword of the word, so Violet has a sword of the word.
Yep.
She's going to bring the sword of the word down on this thing.
You strike down upon it.
On the
And
pulsing
tooth-
bit.
Yeah.
On the pulsing bit.
The tooth in its entirety. Well, roll to hit for me. Just shits and giggles. Let's see how much damage you do to it.
Because the way I imagine this is she has not shifted from doggo form, so it's a dog with a sword in their mouth.
That's what it is. What it is. That's what it is.
Piper has shifted down from Archmage is putting on copper gloves because there might be some cursed shit down here.
That is a natural 20 for this one. Sweet Jesus, this thing is going to get obliterated.
Okay, yeah. With practiced, almost anxious precision, you render the tooth to ashes.
It also gets rid of any curses. That's what the sword of the word does. It's what the whole thing is removing of curses and blah 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 blah.
Listen to what degree this succeeds, as what was given to that animal was simply a carryover from the sweet. Or I should say the pike, but either way.
They're all a T100 sword.
Okay.
Yes.
With that flash, as the tooth turns to ashes, suddenly the shadows that seem to hungrily cling to the room dissipate en masse. And as used to the cold as you are, as used to how cold your home is, how cold you are normally and naturally being a snow elf, you can't help but feel still the basement raise a couple of degrees. And that scent of rust steadily fade.
I'm gonna hit it again.
The ashes.
Yes.
You smack the blade against the bottom of the now clean ash catch in the furnace.
I'm letting you know she's now covered in soot.
I'm going to sweep up said tooth ashes. I'm going to look at this under a microscope. See if it can give me something that can help with curse vampirism. If you don't mind.
I don't mind as long as it doesn't come back again. I need you to watch it and make sure it doesn't come back.
Of course.
So my suggestion, as she pulls out Angel's holy little goblet thing that she made, like a container thing to put something in holy protection. Here. She like hands her the jar.
I just sticks the ashes in the jar.
To make a jar of the word for items that are cursed.
No, last time we did something like that.
That might be a bit of a
explosion.
stretch of that type of magic.
Maybe a book of the word?
We'll figure it out.
I've heard of those. It's called a bibble. I think that's how it's
Bible?
pronounced.
I think it's called a
No,
Bible.
It's pronounced Bible.
I'm pretty sure it's bibble.
No, it looks like the word Bibble, but Bibble would be Bibel, not that.
No, Bibble would be Bibble, like giggle.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. She looks over at Piper. I'm going to go give my mother a hug.
Which mother?
The only mother I have.
Maternal one already
Other than-
faded back to...
Yeah, but I get to go in the necklace with Angel and basically get to hug my mom.
Oh, yeah. The locket thing. I forget that's the thing.
The locket thing is an extension of her supposed, what do you call it? How do you say the word?
Kevin.
You got
Interesting.
stuck on the word heaven? Really?
Tired.
Go to bed. I've got a few more things to look at, and then I'm going to bed. We should all go to bed. Bed. And Piper just starts going up the stairs like, I'm tired. It's Sunday.
She literally holds Halcyon's hand. I am going to introduce you to my ma, but I better not find... you being dumb.
I make no promises.
She walks up to Angel and she's like, I'm sleeping in the necklace tonight. My mother's going to visit. Angel just looks at her and like, yeah, whatever. She's completely loopy. Nicodemus's arms like, I had way too much happy juice.
And in your minds, you hear Piper go,
I can give you some
"Sleep."
extra special happy juice.
Oh my gods, no.
Yes, Nick, please. More happy juice.
Angel gets a
Yeah.
cut to black.
Yes. The necklace gets covered. Violet's in the necklace, and there's a cut to black.
I'm tired.
Does she go and what does she find under the microscope? DM.
We could do that next week. I'm tired.
Yeah.
She
This
said
was
save that
supposed
for
to
morning.
continue on to the morning of the following day, day of erudition. My
She's
stomach had
dropping
other
it
plans.
off. She dropped
Just
it
get
off
to the
at her
next morning.
lab.
Just get to the next morning.
Vinestra
Okay.
All
said,
in bed.
there is no next week.
All
3
right.
weeks from now.
Correct.
Just finish the day.
So,
Get to the next morning.
as the day comes to an end, and morning light greets the lot of you. Finally, the day of knowledge tied to and associated with yourselves. The day of erudition. The current generation and its celebrations. Centered around recontextualizing knowledge of the present. This day comes with it a buff to charisma. For
Did
those...
Angel's parents stay in her necklace?
Yes. For those
Okay,
with a
good.
charisma stat of 17 or lower, you get a +2 to your charisma for today and the rest of the span of the holiday, which means tomorrow. Of course, natural. For those with an 18 or higher, it goes up by 4 for today and the rest of the holiday. That is in excess of its current maximum, even in excess of 20.
I am going to need your help with remembering which stats I needed to lower.
He says 17 or lower is what?
17 or lower is a +2 to the stat. 18 or higher is a +4.
I can talk the pants off of a giant if I wanted.
But we did move to the next day,
Angel's
Yes.
short, everything's a
the
giant.
15th. Okay.
No, not everything is a giant. Just like not everything is an item if you try hard enough.
Vinestra said,
Yeah,
why
hard
is she
enough.
talking the pants off Vi?
Is not a giant. Right? Is not giant.
Ow.
At least I don't think.
She's just talking about the
Don't
fact
you know
her
that film
foot-
with the masks and taking down the parliament? V for vagina?
Joe?
Vendetta, I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Joe.
Vulva would be more appropriate, I suppose.
Oh
Anyway.
my god. Oh. When Piper comes out of the game and goes, stop.
All right. So. As morning crests and all of you feel, I suppose, mentally refreshed to some degree, you all once again gather together for breakfast to hopefully discuss the plans for the day. Now, since this is definitely a central and sort of self-focused day, it is also in that right considered a day, especially amongst the holiday, to be a day of collaboration, of group activities, where you work with each other and yourselves to exchange knowledge in the immediate sense, teaching much like a school of fish to each other. So, adventuring party of Forgotten Genesis, as you all gather respectively at the breakfast table. Is there anything you would like to discuss, plan, or set up for what you would like to do for the following
Not
session
tonight.
and the following weeks?
He has no
We're
brain.
doing that.
Both me and Brick are hitting no brain zone.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Can we
You have
think
this-
about it and come back to it in 2 weeks?
There's also a general chat if you guys want to type it out later on and figure out kind of what you want to do, what you want to get at, how you want to get at it as well.
That'll
No,
be
it's
after.
wrong.
Piper only trances for 4 hours and then works on the tooth before she goes down to the thing. But
And I
don't
did-
wanna
The session was less involved than I would have liked. My stomach again had other fucking plans.
Okay,
Of course, I've
I
said that
need
now
one-
for
No one's
upwards of 5
blaming
weeks.
you.
I want clarification real fast, Joe, on one thing after we raid.
Sure. Speaking of which, let me see if I can find someone to raid.
Vinestra said, I just want to get going to the Rusted Peaks. Also, I'd like some clarifications too.
Absolutely. It's here.
But
let Piper and Avery go to bed, and then you and I can get some clarification.
You know, raid
mean,
another set of D&D people. We'll raid down to DIRP. They don't allow raiding. Never mind. I tried.
Just close it, Joe.
It's fine. I mean, I'm
Oh,
really-
never mind. They do allow raiding, just not to, just only after a certain threshold of audience, which is big bummer. You know, we're just gonna kill it here. What do we want to name the session then? And they just got raided by Legends of Adventures.
You what?
Down to DIRP just got raided by Legends of Adventures.
Oh, I thought you said that you did. I'm like, oh,
That would be
so much
fucking
for
wild.
ending. So much for ending. Let's keep going.
That would be fucking
Oh,
wild if
I'll
we
go.
did. What do we
Dude,
want to name?
if that happened, I would start a pot of coffee. I don't give a fuck. We're going. We'll keep
Right?
going.
Definitely.
Like, we're gonna keep going.
All right, fuck it. Mushy shit's over. Let's get into a fight. Bring out the jokes. All right, so
I'm at
what do
least
we want to
gonna
name the
finish
session?
it. But that's how I feel at the end. Right now, just because my
I
brain
don't
is
know. Honestly, I wasn't paying much attention to all of Violet's stuff. There
Okay.
was.
Y'all wanted
knew
to
there
finish
was-
it up before we left.
Yeah,
Trying to handle it all.
session was supposed to be way more involved. But yeah, let's stomach out of the plans. So
I was gonna say you were shit out of luck. I'll see myself out here after I finish this pant leg.
But
SOL, shit out of luck. SOL, story out of line. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here.
SOL, just put SOL.
Spirits out
Does
of
it
line,
also
maybe.
mean soul, which also means sun.
Souls out of line. SOL. All right. Now, as my little outro before, of course, well, before I kill it here, for anybody watching, if any happen to be watching, we won't be back here doing this here good and gracious D&D up until likely the 16th of August, as I will be gone for the Saturday of the 2nd and the 9th on an imposed vacation, and hopefully engaging in a better diet in the meantime. Of course, you know, depending on how things are going, how things are feeling, maybe we'll do a Sunday session, you know, on 10th, see how it goes. Based on availability. So either way, it'll either be the 10th or the 16th. I'll try to ensure that we're on a solid position for that. Most likely the 16th, because again, from the 2nd to the 9th, I'm going to be so otherwise engaged, I may not have time to set up.